Hi, everybody. Welcome to Rob's Gaming Table. I'm Rob.
I'm Mel.
And we're going to play some My Little Pony Adventures in Equestria, the deck building game published by Renegade Game Studios. Full disclosure, yes, we bought this game. We are not being forced to play this game. The publisher did not send us this game. We used funds from those awesome people there. And I know some of them are going to be mad at us, but we did it. And we supported our local game store. We bought the game. And we're going to play it with you today on New Year's Day, 2023. Not giving a crap, having fun. If you're into having fun, hanging out with us, playing this game that maybe doesn't fit the usual games that are on the channel, GTFO, and have a great day. Happy New Year. Otherwise, friendship is magic. Everyone hang out. We're all going to have fun. I see we already got some puns in the chat and people having a good time, making jokes. It's all good. Patrick C says, Rob must be a brony. No, you don't have to be a brony to be a My Little Pony fan. You could just be a dad of a little daughter that you saw have so much fun watching the show and you bonded with her because she spent so many hours watching the show with you when she was a wee little girl. And she was only that wee little girl for like, it felt like 30 minutes maybe. And now she's like a teenager. So yeah, I have a little bit of a nostalgic tie to this show because I bonded with my daughter over it and bought her lots of Christmas and birthday gifts related to it. And yeah, so it was a funny show, had some good jokes. Yeah. So I'm a fan just because my daughter was a fan and we bonded over it. So there you go. But no, I don't cosplay. I don't go to conventions. I don't make fan art. I'm not in any forums about the game or anything. I just saw this on a box for a deck building game, which I love deck building games. It's a modern board game designed by designers that make other board games I like. And it's also published by Renegade Game Studios, who also make other awesome board games I like. So I thought it would just be funny to buy it. And the funny thing is I bought it without even telling my daughter. And when she saw it, literally she saw me pull it out of the box from our local game store and was like, I want to play that with you. And she hasn't had anything to do with the show for years, like a long time, it feels like. And she was like, I'll play that with you. And on Christmas, I was pulling it out to learn it. And she's like, I'll play. And I played it with her. So we bonded again recently over it. And it was super cool. So I'm super glad I bought it. So yeah, we're going to have fun with it. So again, full disclosure, just because we're playing this on the channel doesn't mean this is Rob's favorite game and you must buy it. This is just something I want to play. And every now and then I want to stream a game that I want to play. And I don't care what you guys think. And I don't care if we don't get any viewers, and I don't care if, you know, we don't get enough likes. And as long as some people are here in the chat having a good time, I'm having a good time. So deal with it.
Well, it looks like there's some people in the chat. So hello to you.
Yes.
And hello to you watching later.
Hello, everybody joining live. Hello to you watching later. No, do not come back later saying, Rob, I want more of this game and I want you to play it all the time. It's not going to happen. It's just not my jam, other than having some fun with it on a single stream probably. So, but there are lots of expansions I saw when I was looking for the rule book. They did announce some expansions. So obviously this game sold well enough that they're coming out with more expansions for it. Matthew with the super chat. Happy New Year, Rob and Mel. When we start the game, let's not be hooving around and start strutting our stuff.
Matthew, thank you so much for our first super chat of 2023. Thank you so much.
Yeah, deal with it. Joseph from Board Games with Nearmoth is here. Hello, Joseph. Happy New Year. Says, jokes aside, I love that you have a broad selection of games showcased on the channel. Yes.
Yeah, we don't want to get bored either.
Yes. Remember, this channel is Rob's gaming table. So Rob ultimately chooses what Rob wants to play on the channel. It is not a what is good in board gaming channel. It is not a what's new and hot in board gaming channel. It's not only playing what's popular in board gaming or only generally popular IPs.
Not Kickstarter only.
Not Kickstarter only, not crowdfunding, not tying my, reins to crowdfunding and just following that hype train. No, I do what I want. It's Rob's gaming table for that purpose. So deal with it. If you don't like it, bye. Come back in another stream. See you later. I can't make every stream for everybody, so deal with it. But if you've been around a while, every now and then I pull out a game that's kind of weird, or I play some random arcade games, or play a kid's game, or a family game, or a party game, or just be silly in general. So this is just going fast. New Year's Day. It's New Year's Day 2023. We made it to 2023.
We did.
So let's have a little fun, okay? Let's not get too hardcore with it today, all right? We're taking it light, even though this game's not that light. But we're taking it light. I mean, it is light, I guess. But it's not as light as something you'd think that would have the My Little Pony license on it.
Right.
Yeah.
I was surprised, let's see.
Yeah. We'll see. We'll see. Cynthia with the super chat says, I love the nostalgia factor and that your daughter wanted to play too. Yes. This IP, as a grown man, I have no connection to it. I don't care about it other than my daughter's face glowing when she's a little kid, singing along and watching the same episode 37,000 times. Probably the same thing I did when I was a little kid, watching Transformers and G.I. Joe and Thundercats and Spider-Man and Batman and all that stuff when I was a little kid. I just watched her do it. It like just reminded me of me doing it. I understood. So I wanted to fuel that instead of like some parents who just like ignore it, don't care, don't want to be involved in their kids' hobbies and stuff. So it was something we could bond over. And it's funny, it's from like the same company. Hasbro, I think, is behind the licensing for this. That is behind Transformers, G.I. Joe, all that stuff. So yeah, it's pretty crazy. Pretty crazy. When I was a kid, my sister had My Little Pony stuff, and I probably just made fun of it and ripped their heads off, and my G.I. Joes killed all the ponies. I don't know what happened, but I didn't care about them back then. But my sister had a bunch of the 80s ones, and then, yeah, I didn't care. But then when my daughter was into it, I was like, all right, I can do this. I can watch little girl cartoons with my daughter and not tell anybody. No one needs to know. But then after a while, I was like, yeah, who cares? Who cares? It's funny. It's all good.
We have a little bit of pressure. Chris C. Games in the chat says, nice to meet you all. I designed the 2 expansions to date and then helped develop the core game. I wanted to drop in to see if you win, but no pressure.
All right, Chris C. Game. All right. You just walked into a
Chris,
trap.
welcome.
So, Chris, because you're here, anything I don't like about the game, if there's a typo, if the art doesn't look good, if...
I don't think he can control the art.
Nope. If a card doesn't shuffle, if I don't like the way the insert fits with the components, if we lose, I blame you for everything, okay? That's just how that works, okay? So, Chris, I'm going to swear, use your name. Everything is blamed on you now because you put your hand up, so you're screwed. Sorry, Chris.
Chris, thank you so much for
now
being
let me
here.
start with complaining about the rule book and blame Chris completely for all of it. No, I'm just joking. Cool. Welcome to the chat, Chris.
Yes, welcome.
Welcome.
Now we do have a little bit of pressure.
Well,
We have to try to win now.
oh, I see Chris's name in there. Okay. I see Chris's name. All right. Chris, welcome.
Yes.
Welcome. I see how this works. Yep, we got you. Any designer, someone from the publisher ever comes in on a playthrough, they're instantly the target for any criticism, even if they're the person who like just like proofread the rule book or something. Oh no, that'd be bad because I would probably really have complaints for them. But a playtester, any playtester, anyone who's like, you know, yeah. If you just like are the janitor in the office of the company that made the game, I'm targeting you if you're in the chat. That's just how it works. So stay quiet. If you're part of the game, just stay quiet and watch. Take notes. Take notes, okay? I may hurt some feelings, but it's all to make better games, all right? Make the hobby better, grow the hobby. Sweet. All right. Let's carry on. And yes, we're gonna try to win. We're dirty.
Oh, yeah.
We're filthy competitive players.
Yeah,
Yep.
even though we say it's like a silly stream.
Yep.
On a New Year's Day and we're tired, and some of you might be tired still. We're gonna try to win.
Yep.
We don't like to lose.
The first game I played with my daughter, we barely won. Like it was down to the wire. Like, yeah, we were like, if we just didn't have this one card in hand, we would have lost right here. But we were learning. We were being a little loose with it. Again, you approach a game with a My Little Pony license. All of a sudden I put my guard down thinking like, hey, I'm playing a kid's game, right?
Right.
Not the case here. Not truly the case. You can we didn't play it on the easiest mode that we were told to play it on though. There is a mode in the game where it says you don't shuffle the situation cards into the deck the first 3 times you play as you learn and try to beat it. Once you beat it, you shuffle these cards in. We just shuffled 4 of them out of the 8 in right away to play on like the standard-ish difficulty. So maybe that wasn't a good idea the first time we played, and that's why it was so close.
They still won, right?
Yeah, but the problem is I still don't know playing it on the easiest. Is it like still fine to play with like an 8-year-old girl, you know, or a table of children? I don't know. I'm not sure because it still feels on par with like normal deck building games you play. But if your child can play and understand like Star Realms or Hero Realms, they should be fine with this, but there is a little more meat on the bone here than those deck builders for sure. And if anyone watched our G.I. Joe deck building game playthrough, it's like on par with that. So it's not like the most complex game with deck building involved. It is still kind of like a pretty much just a deck builder, but there is some kind of like other systems to manage and stuff. But it's more similar to the G.I. Joe one. But I have not played the Transformers one. I've not played the Power Rangers one.
No.
I don't know what else I haven't played. They make a whole bunch of them. But yeah, we'll probably play the Transformers one in the future. I know the publisher said they were going to send it to us at some point. So I'll just follow up with them and see. But
I remember seeing this laid out at Gen Con as well. And it looks nice.
Yeah, even though it's just show captures in the art.
Yeah.
It's still like cartoon captures look okay on cards because it's still like art. It's not just like, you know, movie stills of actors, you know, those look bad on cards. But for some reason, this looks nice. We'll get down to the table and look at it. After you're done, probably having some kind of eye explosion as you guys see the screen behind us. I'm surprised nobody's, is anybody ripping on the side? I didn't see anybody.
There's a lot of ponies there.
Yeah, I thought when I launched this scene, you guys would be like, oh my God, and you're like turning the brightness down on your screens and stuff. So Chris says, I was just going to answer any gameplay questions. Okay,
awesome.
all right, we can do that instead. I'll try not to rip on you too much. We can do that. But I think we're okay with the gameplay stuff.
Straightforward, yeah.
There was one question I had when I played the first time, but I reread the rulebook very carefully, and I think it answers it. But there's some spots that if you read, it might not answer it. But here is my question for you, Chris. If I'm in the final challenge, and in the final challenge, you flip a couple of the chaos cards, and one of them requires a sugar cube. And you look down in front of you, and you have no sugar cube. Anyone watching who doesn't know this game will be like, what the hell are you talking about, Rob? I'll explain all that in a minute. But if you look down and don't have enough sugar cubes to meet the chaos cards, you've already paid your sugar cubes for the first part. Can I use cards in hand that generate sugar cubes? Somewhere in the rulebook it says you can play cards to use the resources on the left-hand side of the card. But then later in the rulebook it mentions how the cubes are in a different section than resource tokens and the resources of info, move, and help.
Oh, yes, you can.
Yes, okay.
Okay, and that's what you did?
Yes.
Okay.
My daughter said, yes, you can do it based on what her understanding was. She said, those are resources. I said, but the parts in the rule book kind of, they talk about resource tokens and then they talk about sugar cubes, but they don't necessarily say for sure the sugar cubes are a resource. But then another part, they say they're a resource. So it's like there's two groups of 3 resources and the rule book sometimes talks about them separately and sometimes talks about them together. So I just didn't know on that part, but yeah, that's fine. Everything to the left is groovy. Yeah.
Nice.
Yes, except for text on the card. You can't do anything with those.
Yeah, okay.
Perfect.
Good, so then you did win.
So we did win our first game then.
And we won when Rob and I played.
Yes.
Practice, so.
Yes. Okay, perfect. All right. So we'll keep that in mind. So before we do the final challenge or any kind of hurdle, make sure you have some cubes left over is what I've learned. And any cube is good. Or the card in hand has a cube hiding on the left would be good too. So okay. Now I know for sure. Thank you, Chris, for the help. I appreciate it. Yeah, I understand that. Yes, the cubes being, they're still resources, but you can't call them resource tokens because there are resource tokens, which are cardboard. I'll explain all that in a minute. It'll make sense. Yes, Chris, that makes so much sense why it's like divided up the way it is. But then, yeah, it's just, yeah. All right, we got it. Perfect. And hopefully that helps somebody out watching the video later. It was like, oh, damn, I didn't know that worked. Cool. So we helped someone else. Okay, so let's talk about the game a little bit more. And how's everyone doing? Everyone doing okay? Everyone have a
great New Year's?
Everyone had a good New Year's Eve? Everyone make it here okay? Did anyone not show up? Is anyone sleeping in today that should be here right now?
We haven't seen Bob Chapman in a few days, so
I hope Bob Chapman
he's okay. He might just be traveling.
I hope Bob Chapman's doing okay.
For a few days. Dan Roberts.
Dan Roberts has been around for a bit,
but yeah. He did send a message to say Merry Christmas, so I know that.
Yeah. He's probably just busy.
Those are the only two that I am thinking of right now.
Yeah, maybe I poked fun at them a little too much, but they're good at like dishing it out too. So yeah. It's like they started it, I swear.
Oh yeah.
Maybe I did. I don't know, but yeah, maybe I just was the final straw that broke the camel's back. Well,
drank too much.
Don't tell them, but I do miss them. Okay, just don't tell them. Hopefully they never watch this after and find that out. But even though I hate on them all the time, I do love those guys.
Oh, Edward says I'm not present completely. Okay,
that's fine.
He's half present. That's fair.
I see you passing out on your desk at the back there. Edward, wake up.
And Mark says, I'm here, survived last night. Okay, that's good.
Pontus is traveling with crappy Wi-Fi, so I hope I won't miss too much.
Oh, yes, I think you're on a train, correct? You were saying that in a previous stream that you hoped that the train had decent Wi-Fi so you could watch.
Pontus, you were traveling on a train right now watching?
I believe so. If I remember from a previous stream, that's what he said.
Okay, that's kind okay.
Dedication, right?
No, let me tell you, as a person who's been a streamer for like 10 years or whatever, I don't know if it's been almost 10 years probably. The idea that people watch you and not just like on their phone on the John is cool. That someone is watching you like possibly on a plane, a train. I know people
Yeah, he's
watch
on a
while
train.
driving. I know people watch while driving. But the cool idea that I watch people's content all my life, when it like since it's been a thing, in all over the place, right? But to think that there's some people who are like at a family gathering, you know, hiding in another room and they're like just chilling and watching because they don't want to deal with their family. Like, my heart goes out to you. Like, that is a great feeling that somebody is watching you in like these weird situations. So it's kind of cool.
I can't remember. So yes, Pontus is on a train. I can't remember who it was. I want to say it was an Adam or a Brian. I'm so sorry if it was you and you see this later. Remember somebody was at Disneyland with their family or
Yes.
Disney World with their family and they're like, oh, just stopping in to say hello.
It was
Or a Disney cruise or something.
It could have been Daniel Hale, who I know is a big Disney fan.
Maybe.
Could have been him.
I can't remember exactly who it was.
Yeah, I
I'm
don't
so
remember
sorry
who.
if it was you. You can let me know
But
later.
it's not that special if it's Daniel because he's like obsessed. It probably goes over every 3 days. So it's like, that's like, you know, it's just like him going to his backyard, you know? So it's like, it's part of his home. But
I do remember that. That was.
But yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
Someone watching from Disney World, right?
Disney World or Disneyland. I can't remember which, but somewhere Disney.
Maybe it was Disneyland. I don't know.
Might have even been a Disney cruise. I can't remember.
Oh, that's cool too. Someone watching from a cruise ship.
Yeah.
Like, that's a thing. That's awesome.
Yeah. And Matthew, I think you're in a hotel, right? How did that all go? HG, we were watching while we cruised to Victoria. Wow.
Seriously?
Wow. That's awesome.
That's awesome, HD Bone Doc. That's awesome. Yeah, that's just like warms my heart. That's so cool. I never think about it too often. I just picture people watching the way I usually watch, is like sitting in your house watching it on your TV, like casting it from your phone or whatever. But it's cool. Just that way it can be portable and watch like the way we have internet like all over the place and people watching like things, places you don't think of. That's super cool.
Oh, yes. I remember you were asking how expensive it was there. Yeah, but we couldn't help you because we don't know.
Yeah. Oh, I see. I see. All right. Let's talk about the game. You guys are awesome. All right. So let's check out the page on boardgamegeek.com. This says it is ranked 7.4, but I mean, that's like whatever. It's easy for that to flip all over based on how many people rate it.
Mhm.
It's only ranked 11,239 overall. But again, the boardgamegeek.com audience and the audience that would pick this game up at a store, not really the same audience. So you can't take this stuff too serious. But the weight is a 2.0. That's what I came here for. That's the number I'm looking for. 1 to 4 players, 45 to 90 minutes. It says ages 14 plus, but I've learned recently that is usually put on a board game box because they don't want to pay and worry about the testing that's needed on a younger age for choking hazards and all that kind of licensing stuff and rules and regulations. To produce a product for children is much more of an expensive endeavor, supposedly. So a lot of board games will just avoid that cost and risk by just putting 14 plus on the box. But I think you could play this with younger than 14. But that is something I say a lot on this channel when we play something that's 14 plus. I'm like, man, you can play this with a 10-year-old, an 8-year-old, whatever. I've been realizing this my whole life. We played games like that. I'm playing games with my daughter when she's like 6. That's like 12 plus. And I'm like, why? I now know why. It's because the whole toy industry thing. So just FYI, that's probably what's going on here. But I recommend watching a few turns here before you decide to go buy this to play with your children, because it might still be a little too advanced. And there's no like super simple mode to it or anything. There's just like reducing the difficulty, but all the mechanisms and complexities are still in the game, just FYI. All right. All right.
Oh, Yogi also does say there is only 1 vote on the weight poll. So only 1 person.
Oh, see, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like this kind of game, it's not like, you know, hardcore board gamers aren't running to their local hobby shop to pick up this game. It's just a thing, right?
Or to rate it and all of that.
And to rate it, yeah. They're maybe too busy playing it and just can't stop
That is
to like
true.
even get on their computer. I don't know. I'm just okay. Yeah. All right. So here it is. Here it is. So just FYI, these trays, game trays not included with the game. I haven't played with these in a while, and I always forget what they're called.
Uber Snacks?
Uber Stacks. We're just going to play with those. We usually play with those with our LCGs that present a row of information. that we can see and you can see. Kind
It's
of
actually easier.
condenses the table space. Yeah. Because the game has some other elements on the table, like these locations, it's not, this is why I'm saying it's not as simple and as small as something like Star Realms or Hero Realms, like that's like core deck building only, or like this has this location mechanic where you can travel between these using one of the resources in the game to trigger tasks on them. So this is a part of the game to manage with your little standees. Okay, I think I saw when I was looking for the rulebook. Is this the one that had like the mini upgrade pack too? I can't remember. That was like a week ago.
Couldn't tell you.
But you have
But if your kids have ponies, I mean, you can use them too.
Yeah.
We just don't have them anymore.
Frederick says this hurts my eyes like that dungeon crawler.
Oh, Dungeons
it's not
Degenerate?
as bad as that.
No, that was crazy.
Yeah, this is not as psychedelic as Dungeon Degenerates.
It's
Okay,
not, no,
yes,
no.
it's bright. There's lots of colors, and that's why I donned the brightest blue shirt I could find.
I should have put on a pink one.
I didn't have a purple or anything. I would have jammed a purple because I'm playing Twilight Sparkle. You know, maybe you should have wore this for Rainbow Dash. I don't know. That's all I could come up with. But Mel's not like that. Mel's like
I wasn't even thinking.
she's
about
a depressed emo. Wears the dark colors. I don't know what's going on over there.
Thinking about that.
She doesn't have enough friendship and magic in her life, I guess.
Other shirts that some are not streaming.
Okay, negative Nancy, relax, all right? Just kidding. All right. So you have this mechanic, and then you also have these hurdles in the game, and you'll have 3 of these. And by default, you want to make these in an order of level 1, 2, and 3. You'll have 3 of them to deal with. And to overcome them, they're an action on your turn, and they end your turn to do it. But you'll need to pay some resource to overcome it. Then you will flip some random cards like these that you haven't used in the game to add some chaos to it, where you might need some extra, in this case, help is that resource with the horseshoe. So +2 per pony gets added to this sugar cube cost. And yes, there's 3 colors of sugar cubes in the game. There's small ones, large ones. They are 1s and 5s. I don't remember the colors to what they are, but it's like work, kindness, and friendship. But they don't mention those anywhere.
Knowledge.
Oh, knowledge maybe? No.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, knowledge.
Knowledge, work.
But it doesn't matter because in the game it only ever shows pictures of colored cubes on the cards and stuff. So
Yeah.
it never asks you what these cubes are named, but in the rulebook it mentions them. Oh, no, it doesn't even mention them here on the back. So it doesn't really matter. You don't need to know what the cubes are is the point. But the other resources in the game you need to know are help, which I'll show you in a sec, info, and move. These are the ones that are generated temporarily on cards. Just like in other deck building games you play, you usually get like gold and damage and stuff. That's like that. You use help is the main one to buy cards from the row. Sometimes you need info to buy cards from the row. Sometimes you need move. But move is the resource to help you move between these locations. And depending on the location, the task, you may need to spend cubes, which are a separate resource. You may need to spend help. You may need to spend more move or info. And then the moon, the mountain, and the star, those are just traits that are on cards that will be referenced by other cards. Like for every moon you have in play, reduce the cost, blah, blah, blah. They're just like traits. But there are other traits like pet and crusader also. Okay, just throwing that out there. All right, so it's a deck building game. So of course it has a market row. I'll shuffle these up in a minute. We'll put them back in, but I need some out just to explain the types of cards in the game for those that maybe are new to deck building or want to know how complex and what's involved in this deck builder. But you have 6 cards in your market row. They will rotate like a conveyor belt kind of thing. If nobody buys any, the next player's turn, you will remove one, slide them down, and add another one to the row. Okay, so we'll need to keep sliding, which maybe is more annoying in this tray than when they're on the table, but we'll figure that out. If someone does buy 1 or 2 or 3 on their turn, when it gets to your turn, you will refill said cards.
You shuffle down first.
Oh yeah, you slide them down,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
You keep sliding. Always sliding. Yes, that's right. You keep sliding and you just keep adding new cards. OMG. There she is. Princess Celestia. We just won the game. No, I'm just joking. But she's a good card because she's in the rule book to show an example of like all these costs and stuff being on a card. So she is obviously a super expensive card costing 9 help. She generates 3 of each resource of these kind of resources. Sometimes they generate sugar cubes. Sometimes they generate clouds.
Oh, here's a sugar cube example.
Yeah, here's a sugar cube example. So see the way it's on the left? It's generating a green sugar cube, which sometimes is hard to see on the card because they blend in with the art. But, you know. And then here, sometimes they could generate a cloud, which clouds are bad. Clouds reduce your time left in the game before you lose. Okay? Cloud cover is not what we want. We want the rainbows and the sunshine to come on through, right? If clouds get in the way, nobody likes the clouds, right? Starts adding barometric pressure, starts giving people headaches. You know the deal. So we don't want that. Okay, so in the deck, by default, you have some things. All these cards have greens all over them. So we're going to do it like this. Some of these cards have actions. Some are action cards. So this is what you pay to buy it into your discard, of course. In a deck building game, you buy cards to your discard. When your deck runs out, you shuffle your discard. So you're building your deck throughout the game, not before you come to the game. Well, you do kind of build a deck. You kind of build a starter deck that has a bunch of starter cards in it, 10 cards to be exact. And you have one unique pony card in there, depending on depending on which character you're playing. We'll have a special starter card in their deck that makes their deck kind of unique, so that's nice. And you also have, based on the character you choose, you have an ability you can use in the game. But when you use it, when you use it, this starting side, you get a cool ability, so I can flip and pay 2 info to have target player gain a blue cube. So that could be me, that could be anyone at the table. Once I do that, it's pretty powerful. I flip. Now, while I'm on the flip side, to get it back, once per turn I can do this, pay 1 of each resource to flip it back to its starting side. But I can never do either of these abilities more than once in a turn. So I could flip it back, but on the same turn I might not be able to do it. I'd have to wait till the next turn. Okay? Depending on when I did it. There's also allies in the deck. And see, sometimes they have traits down here instead of the mountain, moons, and whatever. So this one has a trait of Crusader. And sometimes they have little abilities when you play them. So target player gains a +2 move token. So each of those 3 resources that were on the side of the card, you could have +2, geez Louise. You could have +2 move token, okay? You could have a +2 info token. And the cool part is, this is one of those deck builders, kind of lame that deck builders still do this, that whole idea of when you're done your turn, all your cards leave your hand and get dumped. So it's kind of like you mindlessly play them. In this, you do playing them in order sometimes matters, depending on the card text. If it's like, you play cards one at a time, and if you've played so many pets, you get some bonus, blah, blah, blah. But in general, you end your turn, you dump your whole hand. So there's no kind of like saving your favorite card to pair up with a card later in your deck that we've seen in some more mature deck builders. This still has that boring, basic, like, yeah, play all your, just literally you could lay out all your cards, count up your stuff, whatever. I know sometimes it matters based on text on cards, but it's really just that same old dump it all when you're done. But this gets around that. So these tokens, you can generate them on your turn with card effects or on location tasks. And these actually carry over in the future. So this is kind of a way to store resources for a bigger play going after a hurdle or helping your friend complete a hurdle on their turn. There's also, what is this one again? Help?
Yep.
Help. Okay. But on the back, it's cool. On the back, you can spend any one of these tokens for any one wild resource, pretty much. Okay, any one of the 3 basic ones. So you can spend it for a 2 on the other side, or 1 of anything you need. So sometimes that can really get you out of a jam. Okay. Really get you out of a sticky situation. Situation, get it? All right, situation cards. No, I'm just joking. And I talked about ally. I talked about action. There's artifacts. Artifacts are cards that come into play when you play them, and they stay in play. But they all have this cool way that you can remove them from the game to fire them off for some effect on the bottom. So they have like an ongoing effect. So you see these in deck builders, right? You play it down and play, and it constantly gives you a cool ability. It shapes the way you might play going forward. Hopefully you see them early in the game because you buy them to your discard. You then have to go through your cycle of your deck, draw them back, then get them into play. Then you start seeing the bonus. By that point, the game's like pretty much half over. So seeing them early in the row is amazing if you can get them in play as quick as possible. But they're just ongoing artifacts, and there's a handful in there. And then the other card that could be in the deck, once you've played your first 3 games and you feel like you've won or you're ready to up the difficulty, whatever is recommended, you shuffle in. There's 8 situations that come in the game, the default base game. There's 2 copies of each. You shuffle 1 copy of each, 4 cards, into the adventure deck or whatever. when you're done setting up with your 6 cards in the starting row. So they could show up in the game. They could get clumped at the bottom. They could get clumped at the top. I played one game, we saw all 4. I played one game, we saw 0. It just happens. The deck's pretty big. And depending on how much you're buying cards, you might not be buying that many cards. So there's only 1 card cycling every turn. You might not get to them in a game, especially if you're playing fast. But these add some difficulty. So when these show up in the row, you want to deal with them right away as fast as you can. And another player can help you even on your turn by spending those tokens to help you out. So when they're sitting here, it'll even say on it, during your end phase, add a cloud to the final challenge. So normally on your end phase, you're adding a cloud to the hurdle that's currently there. And you can't work on the final challenge till you've cleared all the hurdles. And you have 3 hurdles to get through first. But things like situations will be adding clouds to the final challenge. Or if your current hurdle is full of clouds to its max, it will spill over to the final challenge. And on the final challenges, when you get to a certain cloud threshold on this card with cloud tokens, they start adding an ongoing game effect that hurts you. So once you have 3 clouds or more on the final challenge, this one, for example, says cards in the adventure row cost +1 help, no matter their cost type.
Whoa.
So now it starts getting harder. So yeah, you don't want these situations to start jamming cloud tokens on the final challenge, or otherwise the game's going to start getting really messy really fast. And if it gets full up to its max, so in this case it's 2 clouds per pony plus 6. So in a 2-player game, that's 10 clouds on this one for Nightmare Moon level 3 final challenge. If this hits 10, you automatically fire off the setback on it, just like a hurdle, you do the same. This one on the final challenge is automatically lose the game. Okay? So if ever too many clouds get on here and it hits max, auto game is over. Done. Finished. So we need to hurry. There's like a time mechanic to it based on situation cards or based on you playing cards that add clouds. Again, like Luna will add clouds. And if those clouds start spilling over from the hurdle, they land on the final challenge. Okay? All this will make more sense as we're playing through it. I'm just kind of trying to go quick overview it as best I can. So yeah, that's situations. So those are the 4 card types you'll see in there. Locations, again, for example, here's just the base location. Ponyville Town Square. These have reusable actions. You can only do them once per turn, but they never get covered and they never go away. They'll be there all game unless one of those stupid cloud effects starts preventing that, which could happen. So for example, you could pay 1 move and a sugar cube to gain another sugar cube from the supply. So you might want to do that because some hurdles, like this one, for example, to even try them, you need a specific color of cube. Okay? So if you're only gaining pink cubes and you need blues, you need to start taking advantage of locations. So move might be important to you because you need move to get here, unless you already started here, which you do start here. But it costs 1 move to get back to this location if you leave it. Then it costs 1 move to switch a cube out. Or you might pay 2 info and remove 1 card from your discard pile. So this is a way to clean out your starter cards and your junk that don't work with your deck and just kind of speed up your good cards cycling through your deck. And then you have this on this one that you can, this is how you get the tokens to store them for later. You can pay 3 help to gain any one of the token types. And then that stores it for future, right? So then on 1 turn, you can have a really big turn or buy a really expensive card. You usually can't do it with just your base cards. You need to save those tokens. They're an important part of the game to get the big beefy cards and to deal with the problems and to help your friends with situations. Okay. The hurdles, let's just look at a hurdle. So again, hurdles, just like the final challenge, same kind of thing. So they have a cloud limit. When it reaches that limit, it fires off this setback, which is annoying. If you clear the hurdle, you get a reward. Okay, and we're gonna have a random 1, 2, and 3 hurdles to get through before the final challenge. So we can set that up right now. So there are, looks like 3 in the base game. Okay, so we're gonna shuffle.
Those are all 1s?
Yeah, so I should do the 3s first.
I can do the 2s.
Okay, make sure they're all, yeah. So I'm gonna do the 3s, and we'll just pick 1 random 3, and then you put a random 2 on top. Okay, I'm gonna give that to you, and then I'll put just a random 1. Then you're gonna shuffle all the leftovers because they can be used. They're drawn when you're attempting to complete a hurdle or a final challenge. They're drawn to add extra unknown chaos. So you're never 100% sure you're gonna actually complete it when you attempt it. I'll put them there like that.
I felt like when we were playing there was more of these, but yeah, I guess.
So these are just the extras, okay? This is our hurdle pile. This is our final challenge we'll have in a second. I'll just shuffle them up. And this is our pile we'll be flipping cards from every time we attempt. Where's the other one? So
there's one more there.
Oh, that's why. Okay, whatever. We'll just shuffle this one in. Okay. I knew there's 4 of each. Sorry. I thought that was weird too. I just had one off to the side because I was using it as an example. My bad, my bad. It does exactly, Edward. It's very similar. This actually game was designed by one of the designers also that did that G.I. Joe deck building game, I'm pretty sure. Because I know he was leaving comments on our playthrough of that. And I remember we talked about it right here. Oh, Matthew with the super chat says, here's to your puffy clouds and prissy ponies. Happy Hunger Games. And may the odds be ever in your favor. What the hell?
I like that movie. Thank you, Matthew.
Thank you. So right here, where was it? Game designer. So Dan Blanchett. But TC Petty III, I know worked on the G.I. Joe deck building game. I remember that. So that's why there might be some similarities. But yes, it does feel similar with that kind of stuff. Okay. Oh yeah, also component-wise, I forgot to mention, so you can play as any of the 6 ponies. It's a 1 to 4 player game though. Each pony has a unique ability and a unique card that goes in. Of course, the most important part is they have a unique little standee you can play with. Okay, super important. And there's a nice little insert for throwing in all the components and the cards and dividing them up for setup, and expansions I think will probably fit in here too because there's a lot of extra space. Not sure with sleeving, do not ask, I don't know. I sleeve most of the cards. I never try to put them back in the box. Don't ask me. I don't know. You'll have to email the publisher to ask if all sleeve cards will fit in and then all the expansion sleeved and all that. You deal with that. That's not me. Okay.
Do you have a favorite pony by any chance? There is a question about that. Do you have a favorite one?
We were joking yesterday, answering that question on yesterday's stream because people were asking. I don't know. I don't know. I don't really remember their personalities. I remember like Applejack's accent was funny on the show. She reminded me like, you know, the country hick redneck kind of thing. So she was like funny every time she was on the screen. I had a good chuckle. But no, I don't have a favorite really. I just remembered a lot of them had high-pitched voices and sometimes that hurt a little bit.
Pinkie Pie.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, they were like knives. Yeah, knives stabbing me in the ears when they were talking. But again, my daughter's laughing, so like that made it all worth it.
Princess Celestia was pretty cool. But I don't know if
I don't remember.
She's not one of the.
I remember hunting down her toy.
Yeah.
Like crazy father trying to get my daughter the, you know, the toy she needed at Christmas, the Princess Celestia that was sold out everywhere. I remember that little struggle.
Spike is pretty cool, but he's not a pony.
Oh, Chris knows. I haven't personally tested, but the first 2 expansions and core all in sleeve fits in the core box. Okay. I know somebody will ask that, so that is helpful. But I always get asked that stuff when I show an insert. Someone's like, hey, Rob, do all sleeve cards fit in? And I'm like, I didn't sleeve all my cards. I'm not going to sleeve them just to test that. In this case, I did sleeve most of them, but I didn't sleeve all of them. So I don't know. And I don't own any expansions, so I can't help you there. But yeah, that is something that should be on the website when you're buying a game, like just explaining how many card sleeves and do they fit in the box by default. Okay. We're going to shuffle these in a minute. Or right now, I guess.
Yeah, I can do it.
I don't know what else to explain. I think we're good. Oh yeah, these are the task tokens. These will check off. Some of these other locations, if you'll notice, don't have repeatable abilities. So what happens is as soon as one of them fires off, they're like once per game effects. As soon as you fire one off, you mark a check mark beside it. At the start of every turn, you check all the locations. If any of them have all 3 checked off, you discard the location and replace it with another location. Okay, so I don't know, we can shuffle these at random too. And there's a whole bunch of locations. So this is also randomized and can be different in the game. Okay, so we'll just put one here. So we got Ponyville, Fluttershy's Cottage. Okay, we got the default Ponyville Town Square is always in the game. And you can travel, like, even though I'm putting them in this configuration, they're supposed to be like around Pony Town Square, but you can literally travel this one and then travel directly to this one. You don't need to like travel orthogonally or anything weird like that.
There are high moves, 2, 3, and 3. Okay.
Yeah. So it's gonna be a little rough.
I can probably with Rainbow Dash.
Because some of them are also 1 in there, but then maybe they don't have as good of effects, you know?
That's true.
So hopefully it's balanced. And then there's the cloud tokens. Okay, those are what we're gonna put on the hurdles and stuff to like start stressing us out. And yeah, we need to find a final.
Excuse
Bless you. We need to find a final challenge. Hopefully we don't get the level 3 one. And only one of the 2s.
We're not ready for a level 3.
No. We haven't played a game in a week. I haven't warmed up yet. I don't need Princess Luna or whoever that was staring at us. Or Nightmare Moon. Nightmare Moon.
Yeah.
Nightmare Moon staring at me the whole time, threatening me? No way.
Oh, the Vampire Cave Gaming says my favorite are Twilight Sparkle and Rainbow Dash, which is who we're playing. So we are playing your 2 favorites. So we will win because of that.
You know why I picked her, Twilight Sparkle? Just because I like her focus on the info resource. Those are like my favorite cards to buy in the Adventure Row and stuff. I just like that.
I picked her for her move abilities.
Well, then that's perfect because you're going to be the one moving around doing the locations then.
Exactly.
Okay, so Mel, pick one at random.
We're not going to pick Nightmare Moon. We're not going to pick...
If we do, we blame you because you pulled the card.
Oh!
You suck, Mel. You suck.
Why did I say it?
You suck. Now we're going to lose. You suck.
Oh,
it's all over. If we win now...
Let's pick again.
No, if we win now, because we got all the high-level movement here, we got Nightmare Moon. The game is stacked against us. This is what I live for in gaming.
Yeah, I know, right? If we win,
then crush it on stream or like win, it'll feel so much better. And then it's live, so like no one will believe it unless it was recorded, kind of thing. There's no editing, so like we can't be cheesing it.
All right.
It'll be good.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Here's our 6.
You know, like some of those other YouTube playthrough channels that I've watched over the years that like all of a sudden the dice gets rolled and then there's like a cut and then like, you know, or like they go to roll the dice, and then you see it cut and like the dice move and stuff, or like the card deck moves and there's cuts. You know, I'm sure they're just cutting to save time in there and make the video shorter, but sometimes it just looks a little sketchy. Where you're like, why are you cutting when you're rolling dice? That's weird.
That is weird.
Or when you're drawing cards, why is it cut? That's a question. But anyways.
These are the cards that are for our row. If we want to go through them. I don't know. Oh yeah, I guess we could just...
Whatever.
I don't know.
Here, I can do this. Boom. All right, here we go. Our first card is Party Goer.
Cool.
3 help. It comes with the Moon trait, and when you play this one, you gain a +2 move token.
Okay, that was everybody last night, party goers.
Fresh cider. Got some Applejack, you know, having some good time on New Year's there.
Yep.
Okay. She's drinking some fresh cider. So what this one does, you buy it for 2 info, but every time you play it, it gives you 2 help. So it's like better than a lot of the starter cards, which I should have looked at.
Oh yeah, we didn't really.
Yeah, let me show you some of the starter cards. So you have like 5 of these ones in your deck. They're just like helpful town pony. And I mean, again, you don't want this guy in your deck because you never trust someone with a mustache, okay? Never trust anyone with a mustache. Shady, okay?
Sorry if any of you have a mustache
no,
like that.
I'm not sorry. Not sorry.
I agree.
Shave it, because you look shady.
Shave it.
You're not a person to be trusted.
Oh, there's more of them.
So you get 5 of them in your deck, okay? And they just give you 1 help. So obviously this guy's not helpful. He's rocking a sweater. And look, he has like the elbow patches too. Like what is going on there? Anyways.
And he's only wearing half a shirt.
What are you talking about? That's like what we wear, down to our waist, right?
Yeah, I guess that's true.
That's exactly a shirt, Mel.
Yeah, that's why Rob can't get up.
That's not half a shirt. Half a shirt would be like 1 sleeve. Yogi with the 3-month producer super chat says, 1 small trot for a pony, 1 giant leap for friendship. So you also have in your starter deck 1 of these cards that has 2 help. And they're working together, right? Well, like we need to do in the game.
Yep.
Then you have 2 copies of a good clean race, which give you just 1 movement each. Not really efficient, right?
Yep.
Then you have this one with 2 info, which what you need is organization. Okay, you got Twilight Sparkle on there. And this is my starter card because I'm playing Twilight Sparkle.
Oh yeah, I guess I can find mine.
So this one, look at this card. It gives me like 1 of 2 different resources, which is great. It gives me the star trait if I need it for something. We'll see later, depending if it comes up. And then I also could get +2 if I control an artifact, which I like the artifact mechanic. Hopefully we see one early, or I'm going to be a sad panda for most of the game if I never get an artifact. So this card could be completely garbage. But it's only 1 of my like 10 or 11 cards in my starter deck.
This is my my starter. It just gives a help and a 2 move. Doesn't give any text, but...
What's the name of it?
Big Adventure?
All right, just making sure. We're going on a big adventure.
We're going on a big adventure.
Yep, get ready.
We are.
Pontus says, is it okay with a mustache if I have a beard? Yes.
Oh no, don't start talking about beards again.
No, that is legit. That is fine. No, just a straight mustache.
Yeah, just
a straight mustache. Nothing else is all clean except for mustache. You're shady. Never trust a man with a mustache. That is a life lesson I learned young. Someone taught me that. And man, every person I ever know my whole life with just a plain mustache, all a-holes. All can't be trusted. All did stupid things. All were losers. Yes. Even if you think you're being cool and maybe in Movember, it's fine.
Yeah, if you're donating for it, that's fine.
Movember donations, you have it for a month, you know, helping out. That's fine. That's legit. But
So that's the only time?
But if you're walking around in April and you have one, can't trust you.
Yeah, people are looking at you weird.
Can't trust you. Think about it for a minute. Think about everyone you know with a mustache. Just think about it. All the people you've come across that weren't in like the 60s or 70s. Shady. Yogi says, what if it's 6 a.m. and you haven't shaved yet? Then you should have hair all over. But
yeah, it's not
your face doesn't just grow here. It will grow everywhere, right? So that's different. Matthew says, give a kiss, Rob. I got a bushy mush for you.
Oh, gosh. Rob could grow a mustache, but he's not going to.
Yes. I can't talk that trash with and then also have one. Come on, guys. All right.
Yeah, such a weird conversation. I know. How do we... Oh, the card. I'm like, how do we get on that?
Again, welcome to Rob's Gaming Table, where we live stream. And it's not all about the game we're playing. It's just like, this is exactly like if I went to board game night at my friend's house, family house, local board game store, convention, if I met you to play with you. We're not going to just sit down and play the game and only play the game and not talk at all. I like socializing. I like talking about stuff. I like having some fun. That's why we do this hobby. It's not to just play the game and be quiet and play multiplayer solitaire and walk away. It's just, no. We get to board game night at the board game store before a tournament where I'm trying to kill everybody and win the top prize. I still show up and say, hey, everyone. Everyone's like, hi, Rob. And we're chatting. What do you do this week? Where you been? What have you been playing lately? Oh, how's YouTube going? Whatever. I don't just sit down and play the game and don't talk to anybody. That's not how it's done. Okay? So yes, we will talk about all random stuff will happen.
Yep. It was an organic conversation. It came up from the card.
Yes, this YouTube channel isn't just about making straight content to give you as quick and dirty of a playthrough as possible. That's not what we do here. Mm-hmm. There are many other channels that do that. We don't need to do that. Yeah, we don't need to do that. That's boring.
Adam
with the super chat.
Thank you.
Can't say Happy New Year early and now can't have facial hair. You drive a hard bargain. I'm off to shave.
Oh no. You have a mustache, Adam?
Adam, it's okay. It's okay.
I knew we would have offended someone.
It's okay. Again, this is just my experience. This is just me coming from what I know. Doesn't mean it's correct. It's just all the information I've seen. This is what I believe. Okay? This is my religion. Don't trust anyone with a mustache. That's what I believe. May not be right. May not be right. No one's proved it with science yet or anything, so we'll see.
Roger saying, how much must be super chat for a Rob mustache?
Oh my God. Ew.
Oh, please don't.
Yeah, don't. No. It's not going to happen.
No.
Or I'd have to think long and hard about that. And like we'd have to come up with like a legal agreement of like, how big can the mustache be? How long does it have to stay on my face for? You know, all that kind of stuff.
The board game with your mom says, can we get a crowdfunding going for a Rob mustache for 1 month?
Oh my God.
Oh my God, 1 month?
No, don't do that.
Oh my God.
Man, ew. So itchy and making me, no, facial hair, no. All right. Jackals is I mean.
Oh my God.
No. All right, let's talk back about the game now. Let's get back on topic. All right?
Maybe in November.
Okay. So
I think these are the, I don't know what those are.
These are my starters. I think these are the 6 cards. Nope, these are the going in the deck.
These are the rest of the cards, yeah.
Okay. So Mel, after we set up this row, Mel's going to shuffle these in and hopefully don't clump together in the top of the deck.
No,
we also have an artifact going in the row. Laughter element. We got 6 help. Ongoing. Draw 6 cards at the end of your turn instead of 5. I want this. On your turn, you may remove this card from the game to let each player put 1 card from their discard pile into hand. I like these little effects to get rid of them late in the game. I think it's cool. Scroll from Canterlot. So this, you 2 move to buy it, but when you play it, you get 2 info.
That's not bad.
Yeah, that's a cool card. But again, remember, the cards are going to start shuffling off and disappearing or buying them, unless you buy them. Oh, we have one for 3 move, Mel. You can get to start generating a green cube for us.
Actually, that's better.
That's very good. You got to get that before it goes away. And then cloud punching. This has your art on it, so you probably got to get this because it gives you 2 move, sorry, and you may return 1 sugar cube. See, the sugar cubes are so important in this game.
Yeah.
Returning 1 to remove a cloud, though.
I mean,
If you're generating cubes early and often, yeah, that might be worth it from an active hurdle or the final challenge. Yeah, that could be really powerful.
It could be helpful. Now,
that could make the game last forever, maybe.
So if on here we cover or we get to 3 clouds, but then so that turns on and we remove a cloud, it turns back off, right?
Yes, I assume so.
Okay.
I assume so. Because I think it's active when this is true, right?
Okay, so it's not like even if we remove. Okay,
Yeah.
so that's not a bad card. The problem is they're both like close to the end. And I likely won't have enough.
What's this over here? Another example card. Shuffle that in.
Shuffle that. Got it.
Have some more maybe hiding under a book here. Nope, I think we're good.
Okie dokie.
All right, so
We can choose who's going first.
yeah.
But I'll jump. I guess we can draw our hands first. Let me just.
I guess. I don't know.
That might make a difference, right?
Yeah. True. We got another super chat from Adam.
Adam, thank you again.
Thank you so much for the first day of Scruffy New Year.
Did you really shave, Adam?
Chris says correct, but if you're on the final challenge and you instantly meet the cloud limit, you lose.
Oh, even if you have
that I know.
Yes.
Yes. That makes sense.
Yes.
Even if you have an effect to remove it. Yes.
Okay, but we can go kind of like up and down in the.
Yeah, as soon as you hit the max up here of any of these cards, you have to fire off the setback. And in this case, yeah, instant lose. Instant loss. Yes, that makes sense. Yeah, you can't let it sit there with like a bunch of clouds and then wait till you can remove them all. Yeah, you'd be done. Perfect.
Oh, I did get 3 move. And I got 4 health. Oh, I can buy both of those cards. Yeah, I can go first. If you want. Before the cards go away.
Sure.
Oh, I got 5 health actually.
How do I get that card?
Okay, sorry. So we're gonna start
Go
here.
ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
Where's your pony?
Here's my pony.
Okay. So we have 2 move and a help, 3 move.
Oh yeah, start of your turn. We need to reveal a hurdle. We have no hurdle yet.
Doing.
So this is our first hurdle, level 1. Too many suggestions. I feel like that's my chat. They're always suggesting I play something, else than what I'm playing.
And growing mustaches.
And growing mustaches. Like what is happening here? I don't even know anymore. All right. So this cloud limit on this hurdle is 4 + 4 because there's 2 per pony. I'm a pony. Mel's a pony.
I'm a pony.
Okay, so there's 2 ponies today. So that's 8, right?
Mm-hmm.
My math's good?
Yep.
So if this has 8 clouds on it, once we place the 8th cloud, it will fire off this setback, which adds a cloud to the final challenge for each situation in the adventure row. So if we have no situation in the adventure row, we're okay. And that doesn't fire off over and over again, I don't think. It says 1 time only, but then I don't know. Hey, Chris, what happens if we remove a cloud from here and then another one gets added to hit the 8 again?
Oh.
Do we fire this off again? I don't think you're supposed to by default, but maybe that's the thing.
I never thought of that.
Yeah, I've never seen it happen.
Yeah,
but
we try to get rid of them.
Yeah, now that I've seen this card, this cloud punching, things are now turning in my head where I'm like, maybe. But when this is full up to its max, we will start any cloud that goes to be put on here goes on the final challenge. So to overcome this one, you only suffer the setback once per game. Perfect.
Okay.
I thought so. That's perfect. So overcome. So if you want to try to overcome this on your turn, you play 2 sugar cubes, 2 per player. They can come from anyone. So on hurdles, the cost can come from any player or all the players, doesn't matter. But on the final challenge, you'll see the overcome says each player must contribute 3 sugar cubes. So that's good to keep in mind. So gaining sugar cubes is like super important in this game. It's like how to even attempt these things, you have to have them. Then you flip 2 hurdles for their added chaos, which could ask for, look at this one. This one's chaos adds a sugar cube. So there are cards in here that add sugar cubes, might want you to pay more help, more info, more move. I think that's the only 4 things that I'd ever asked for. But yeah, so if you can't satisfy the cards that get flipped, you fail and you have to try again. And hopefully you don't hit the final for this or you lose. So right now, the color of sugar cubes doesn't matter.
Good.
We
Okay,
have
that's
nothing
good.
that cares about color of sugar cubes. That's interesting.
Okay. All right. So I have 3 move.
Oh yeah, sorry. Before you go on your turn, I just want to show quickly what actions are available to you.
Oh yeah, that's
Because there is no reference card, but this is on the back of the reference, on the back of the rule book. There is a reference going over how the turn works. So just technically, I just want to go through it quick here. So start of the turn, if there was no cards purchased, you'd slide the adventure row over, get rid of a card, whatever, or you slide it over and then fill in the missing spaces if a card was purchased. Excuse me. I already mentioned the locations. You check to see if any of them have 3 check marks tokens on them. If they do, get rid of them, replace them. And if the top card of the active hurdle stack is face down, you flip it face up. Okay. Then you do like a deck building game. You play cards, you buy cards. But in this one, you can move to locations that I've described, perform tasks on those locations, use your character ability, resolve a situation, and then you could attempt to overcome a hurdle or challenge, but that ends the rest of your turn basically. So do all the other stuff first. And it's also a good idea to hold cards in hand, because during the hurdle or final challenge, you can commit cards from hand, all the players can, to help with those chaoses that get flipped. But you don't draw back up. So those players that helped you don't draw until the end of their turn. So this is why on your turn, you might want to just go to attempt to overcome the hurdle or challenge, because you might want to have the best possible chance of succeeding by still having cards in hand. So it will be the last action of your turn if you do it. And then end phase, you always add a cloud to the active hurdle unless you completed a hurdle that turn. Then you don't have to add one to it, which is why if you completed it, it would be discarded and the next one will be face down. So that's why you would know you completed it and you wouldn't add the next hurdle, because the next one doesn't get flipped till the start of the next player's turn. And then you discard all cards you played, except ongoing ones, which I think are only artifacts, and any cards remain in your hand. Then you draw a hand of 5 new cards, okay?
okay. So I have 3 move, and I
Mhm.
have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 help. So 100%. It only costs 2 moves, so I'll still have 1 left. Okay. I'm going to purchase. Oh, that costs 3. Yes, never mind.
Remember, this one's going to disappear, though.
I'm going to buy that one too.
Oh, okay, okay.
So I'm just going to spend my 3 move to purchase this card.
Oh, it won't disappear because you just bought a card.
Oh, I'm going to buy that one anyways.
Duh. Never mind.
We're doing discard on this side? Or
No.
here?
Yep,
Okay,
correct.
Sorry.
Beside the deck.
And then, so that was my 3 movement spend. And now my 5 help. I'm going to spend 3 to purchase this one. I'm going to go into my discard. And then I still have 2 help remaining, which I cannot purchase anything from here. I have no move left. Here I would need to spend 3 help. Do you have enough help? 1, 2, 3.
I need more help.
Need more help.
So the problem is I only have 4 help in hand.
3.
I know my 2 card is in here and 2 more of these, but that's only 4. And the other ones are the 2 moves. So I won't have it yet.
But it's not going to go away anyway. Okay.
It's not going to go yet. So I might buy this to try to start generating. This one I was thinking. Use book to generate that so I have more chance of having help. But I might just use this help to go here and get a token. So that I have move so I can grab that as fast as possible.
Yeah, I also really like this card. Any card that lets you just generate a token.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, okay, I have only 2. Unfortunately, I can't do anything with the 2, so my turn is going to be done. Discard those. Will you add a cloud?
Oh no.
And
so add a cloud.
Oh, I got
this,
it.
Yeah, you do that, and then
4,
on my
5.
turn we'll do. So there's no hurdle to flip, no locations to clear. I'll slide these down, and then we'll fill in the 2 that are missing. So we got Scootaloo, Crusader. Target player gains a +2 move token. So there's 2 of those that do that.
Okay.
And then this one is 2 move.
2 move. Okay.
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 So normally it would matter. If I played this on a turn and I don't have an artifact, I don't get this. But if I played an artifact first on that same turn, then played this card after, I would get that bonus. But if somehow I purchased an artifact that went to the top of my deck, played a draw effect, got it off, and put the artifact down after. I don't get this. Order matters the way you play cards sometimes if they have effects. But in this case, I'm just going to dump my hand because it doesn't really matter. I have 4 help and 2 info. I could do my ability.
I was just going to say Bob is here. Bob Chapman.
Bob, good
hello.
to see you.
We were saying we hadn't seen you in a couple days. So, hello. Happy New Year.
Bob says, I take it that arriving approximately 1 hour into the stream, I have missed nothing? Yes.
I mean, I just took my first turn.
Oh, well, and
I just don't know how to play,
the full explanation of the game. But yeah. All right. So, help. I am 2 help shy. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to pay 3 help on this ability here, this task, to generate a +2 help token. Okay, so that's 3 spent. Then I have 3 info and 1 more help, but that 1 help's not really going to do anything. I don't have a discard pile to remove cards from yet, so that doesn't make sense. So what I think I'm going to do... I think I might just buy this fresh cider for 2 info. I want this one too, but yeah, I think I'll just buy fresh cider. And then I have 1 info and 1 move just kind of going to waste, but that's okay. I mean, I guess I could... No, I don't think that's smart. All right. Discard, adding a cloud. Okay, drawing my 5 cards. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, then we slide and fill in. Oh, another artifact. So this artifact, generosity element, ongoing. You may put the first card you buy or gain each turn on top of your deck. And on your turn, you may remove this card from the game to gain 5 work. Or help. Sorry, help. I always mix the work and help.
Alrighty, my turn. So I have 1 move.
I said nothing about Bob earlier.
2
I don't,
info.
Cynthia, I don't know what you're talking about. Making stuff up. Anyways.
And 3 help.
Happy New Year, Bob. Happy New Year.
Okay, 1 move is not going to give me anything. Oh, actually it can. Oh, I don't have a sugar cube. So no. 2 info. 2 info. So I could pay 2 info to remove a card from my discard pile, which is not terrible. And then I could pay 3 help to gain a token, which I think I should just do such things. So I'll spend my 2 info to remove 1 card from my discard pile. So this is my discard pile. Let's remove... I'm putting a lot of movement cards in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, leave a... All right, let's just take out one of the helpful talents, Boney. That's out of my deck. That's been spent. I don't have anything I can spend the 1 on.
Well, check what's here though first. Like there is a nice juicy, but if you're putting in higher move or higher help cards, that's better to get out the 1s because then you'll see them more condensed. But there is this one here. I just want to show. Let's check because like you definitely can plan for these too. You don't always need to be buying cards. You could be spending on these. So. If we need sugar cubes, is generally you need them. The faster you can get them, the quicker you can win the game before bad things happen. This one says pay 8 help to gain 3 sugar cubes. Pay 2 less for each pet you control. So, you know, call the pet control guys and you'll be good. This one, at Sweet Apple Acres, you can pay 6 work on the last task. This is a once per game ability to gain 3 sugar cubes. Pay 2 less if your team has suffered a setback this game. So obviously doing that later is better. And we will only hit a setback if this gets to like 8. So we're fine on that one, but the next ones will be hitting setbacks harder and faster.
I think I'm changing my mind here on what I'm doing anyways.
Yep. And then this one is Castle of the Two Sisters. So at the bottom it's hard. A big one is pay 6 help, gain 3 sugar cubes, pay 2 less help for each artifact you control. So I'm going to try to get this done if I can get the 3 move to get there. So I could do that by buying move tokens and stuff maybe.
Okay. So originally I was going to spend this 3 help to purchase a token, but I think my best case would be to actually purchase the one that'll give me a consistent token every time it comes around. So I will purchase for 3.
But there is a strategy. There is a strategy of trying to do it. Oh, you were trying to do it on here. I was sorry.
Yeah.
I was gonna say there's a strategy of trying to get 3 done to clear it, and then we get a new one that generates stuff. But
hopefully when I draw here, I'll draw into some. So I'm gonna discard all of this.
Okay.
We'll add a cloud, and then hopefully I'll draw into some move, and I can move to one of these other locations and start getting stuff done.
Oh, another artifact. Loyalty Element. Ongoing. You may put the first card you buy or gain each turn on top of your deck. On your turn, you may remove this card from the game to gain 2 sugar cubes.
That's not bad. Usually holding that, and then at the end.
All right. 2, 3, 4, 5. So I have 4 work or help, 4 help, but I have this help token. So I'm going to use all 6. I'll get rid of that if you can discard that to buy this artifact. Put it in my discard pile. So hopefully I shuffle that and see that quicker. So that's all spent, and I have 2 move. That 2 move can only get me here, but I am the player with. I can possibly get 3. Info to get that blue cube. I could. And no, I don't have pets. Or 2 move. Is there something here? Oh, there is something for 2 move.
Oh, and yoink. More, because if that's the strategy you're going
I'm
for.
I'm supposed to buy this, right? Isn't this the guy that's like her little friend?
Best friend.
Is it? Oh,
I think so.
I thought it was her receptionist.
Yeah, but I think they're like best friends.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm gonna buy Scroll from Canterlot because it's full of the info. And my jam is info.
Yeah.
And I can try to do the info related things.
A3.
And remember, if we're covering resources, that'll help us when it flips chaos stuff and we need like a random resource. It's like if we have a good mix, like you got move covered, yeah. I have info covered, and we generally should have both have help.
That's true.
That might be good to increase our odds of not failing when chaos cards are flipped.
That's true.
All right, all done. I need to draw cards, so I'm gonna do a little bit of shuffling. Matthew with the super chat says, "Don't be bucking around, everyone. This is a serious game. Rob even counts the cards with his middle finger."
Were you?
I hope I wasn't.
I didn't even notice.
Maybe I was, but I didn't mean to. Sometimes I mean to, but that definitely wasn't this time.
That's funny.
Eagle Lens says, "Most complex My Little Pony I have ever seen. Always tough of My Little Pony is targeted at 6-year-olds."
I think it should say thought though. Always thought of
My Little Pony is targeting 6-year-olds. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's why I was talking in yesterday's stream. When people were asking about this game, and I was trying not to give away thoughts and stuff, but playing this game, just like when the My Little Pony collectible card game came out at that year, I remember at Gen Con, they were in tournaments, I saw it. My daughter was into the show at the time, and I was going to get that for her to play. And I think we did get something to play.
Got like some starters.
Yeah, but when I played it, I was like, this is like just a regular CCG that's meant to be played by like, you know, teenage boys and older. Adults. It's like Magic the Gathering players, you know? Then I learned that it's like they were kind of targeting the brony audience at the time. And I don't know if this game is like trying to also target the bronies. It's not that complex, really, but it is like, it's not like I can't picture me playing this with my daughter when she was into the show at the time. I definitely play other games with her. Now, there is a game, though, that I would recommend if it was originally designed as a My Little Pony version of Scythe. But then Stonemaier Games picked it up and didn't want to pay for the license or couldn't get the license, so they just renamed it My Little Scythe. But that game was originally designed as like a pony, My Little Pony version of Scythe to be played. It was designed to be played by a father, designed it with his daughter. Canadians, by the way. Awesome. And they designed that, and they still released it. But we played that on stream once too, I think.
Yeah, we played, yep.
But that game was more of a family pony game. It still has friendship and, you know, all that stuff in there. But yeah, that might be the pony game you should be looking for a younger audience, maybe. That's still a gamer game to play, and you're not feeling like you're playing a cheap garbage, mass market, Walmart shelf piece of junk, you know?
You could probably play this with kids, but you would need to give a lot of help to them.
Yeah. And I did mention the brony stuff yesterday. You guys had homework. Those who were there at the end of the stream yesterday. You were supposed to watch a documentary about it because it's hard for me to explain. I remember finding the documentary way back in the day. I think you can find it on YouTube. But back when the show was really popular, this version of the cartoon, there was a whole movement of males that just fell in love with the show, and they started a whole fandom around the show, as we do. I have fandom. I've been, to conventions for board gaming. Well, they have conventions for My Little Pony, where like the voice actors go, people cosplay, they make art, and there's like really hardcore fan groups for this game or this license, and they started getting called bronies because it was bro dudes that loved this My Little Pony show. It's a thing. There is a side to it where some people kind of got weird with it and took it too far, but in general, it's just like good, hard, fun, kind of like you going to a Lord of the Rings convention or a Game of Thrones convention. It's just like that. It's just a fandom around something. But yeah, they got like, it was a majority of males, so they just started calling them bronies. But there's like women there too and stuff like that. But it's, yeah. And I think the convention was called like BronyCon.
Yeah, it was. And
Yeah,
Said the documentary is called Friendship is Magic.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, we did see it.
I saw that documentary like years and years ago. It's so long. I don't know if brony's still even a thing. I have no idea. But if it is, maybe that's what this game is targeted at, which might explain the complexity and why it feels a little like it says 14 plus on the box.
Yeah.
Most 14-year-old girls I know are not really talking about My Little Pony at this age. They're like, that was like, 6 years or so before that.
Oh, Chris says women usually call themselves Pegasisters.
Pegasisters. I did not know that.
I didn't know that.
I did not know that.
I didn't know.
Interesting.
Wow. The whole world.
Yeah. It's interesting.
Crazy.
Like, yeah, it's just interesting. But I can respect it. I totally respect it because I've nerded out over things probably further than I should and got too obsessed. Like, I started a YouTube channel because I was so obsessed with board games and started paying money to go to conventions and compete in card game tournaments and stuff for this kind of thing, like playing competitively with other players and competitive card games and things. So.
Oh, Ponda said that was a joke question. I don't know what the documentary is called. Oh, I just assumed. Sorry. Oh. I didn't even realize that you had a question mark there. Sorry.
Oh. Oh, Chris says it was targeted to have the same complexities as Transformers, G.I. Joe, Power Rangers, and not sit on its own island. Okay. That's good to know.
That's good, yeah.
Good to know. Jacko says, if you watch Stranger Things, Dustin gave a great breakdown of the My Little Pony mythos to Erica season 3. I don't remember that.
I don't
remember that, but those two characters are hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Okay. I think I'm done shuffling. All right.
We're going to fill the row here.
Yep, slide her down. Artifacts.
All right. Oh, blue skies is going to give us a blue.
Well, if somebody can get it with 3.
Get it. Another party goer.
Oh, I have 3 info.
Okay.
I can try to get that one.
Okay.
Oh, another token generating one.
Okay. So for move, I have, let's see. This one, we're not doing the text on it, but I can remove or return a sugar cube to remove a cloud, but I don't even have any. So we have 2, 3, 4, 5 move. And then we have 1, 2, 3 help. 5 move. 5 move. 5 move. I think. Contribute to gain. Nope. Change. Paste it. You're doing the artifact one. Do you have enough movement to get somewhere?
I'm going nowhere.
You're going nowhere.
Nope.
Okay.
I'm going nowhere fast.
Phase 3, that's going to be you. Okay, so I'm either going to go to one of these two. Let's go to page 16, 3 sugar cubes. Let's go to Sweet Apple Acres for 3. I still do have 2 movement points.
Yeah, I feel like I should try to get one of these maybe, or one of these, or one of this. I think I should get like one of these in my deck to start getting like some move generated on my own. But I mean, this one you can give it to anybody, which is kind of cool. And it has some on itself. Scootaloo, it costs 4 to buy that. But I feel like that's what I'm missing in my deck is like a cycle to generate move so that I can go do this. But yeah.
Okay.
I also want to ditch some cards from my deck so I start seeing that stuff together.
All right, I'm just going to do 3. Can't do that. No. We'll do this ability here, this task. Pay 2. I have 3. To have a target player gain a green cube. I'll give it to you.
Yes.
Because I have a way that probably my next hand will generate one myself.
Got our first sugar cube, everybody. We're on our way to victory.
And then if you will put a token here.
Yep. Task complete.
So I still have 2 move, which means I could technically move to this one now. Okay, 1 sugar cube to remove up to 2 cards from a discard pile. I don't have any of that. Nope. I think I'm just going to a nothing cost move up there. And a sugar cube. Don't care about that. Okay. Done. I did not purchase a card.
All right.
So will you add a cloud? Sorry.
Yeah, cloud added.
And then I did not purchase a card. So
oh no, this one goes away.
I'm sorry.
Oh no.
Was that one? It was 4. I wouldn't have been able to afford that one anyway.
Oh no, but I wanted it. Oh no.
Sorry.
Thought we had friendship here.
I'm sorry.
What's this one? Oh, a balloon ride.
Oh,
I like going on balloon
cute.
rides. You may discard 1 card to draw a card.
Oh, fun.
Help you cycle through your deck quicker. Kind of. Yeah. Okay. So. Oh, another super chat from Matthew. Thank you so much. To Sugar Cubes and Puffy Clouds and Vague Memories.
Thank you, Matthew.
Matthew, you're awesome. Thank you so much for the support. All right. This is where playing cards in a certain order matter, okay? You're supposed to do it this way, playing them in order. So first, I'm going to play this artifact, which is the draw 6 cards at the end of your turn instead of 5. On your turn, you may remove this card from the game to let one player put 1 card from their discard pile into their hand. So I'm going to play it. I have an artifact in play because now when I play this one, the text will fire off and I definitely control an artifact. I don't know if it will focus on it, but anyway, so I'll play that. So it generates 2 extra help, and then I'll play these ones because they don't matter because there's no text on them and the order doesn't matter and they have no traits. So yeah, but sometimes it matters to play the traits before you play a card that fires off from the traits, yada, yada, yada. Or you can play it how you want because it's your game. Just flop your cards down, generate your stuff, whatever. But yeah, this is just how it's supposed to work. All right. So, what do I got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 help. And I have 3 info.
I mean, that's like the perfect amount for that in an artifact.
Yoink. But should I get an artifact or should I buy a token to store and then maybe just buy this card for 2 to get some move in my deck?
I mean, it's up to you.
I don't really care about the putting cards on the top, but buying this one to dump later for 2 cubes might be awesome.
It's helpful. But
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, maybe I'll just get an artifact. I don't know.
I mean, I don't know. It depends on, like, makes like these cheaper.
No, I need to get some move going. And I think I do it through tokens. So I'll use 3 of it on this. Actually, this one I could do for 4. But then it doesn't give me another token. So I'm going to buy this. I'm maybe buying too many cards. And then I'm going to use this ability, where I still am here, to get a... Let's get a move token. 2 plus 2 move token. Yeah, I think that's how we do that. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, and then cloud. Oh yeah, we gotta get this done soon. We're at 5 out of 8.
I know.
So we need 4 sugar cubes total. Might need extra though because of chaos, but we only flip 1.
I'm gonna gain 1 sugar cube in a second.
And then
try to get
yeah, so 4 sugar cubes. Okay, so slide these down.
Adam, thank you so much. Thank you. He's gonna take off now.
Oh, Adam, thank you so much for the support. You're crazy. Have a good New Year's Day for you, okay?
Yes.
I'm gonna continue the tutorial. Yeah. Get on to that Imperial Assault.
Thank you, Adam.
So we just added these to the row. Pet and a Crusader, Gummy and Sweetie Belle, Pinkie Pie, Oh, so this is the problem. Some of these pets like only work with certain ponies, so
Oh, we could
if
let
they're
them
not in the
fall off.
game, but they still are good because like you're getting like 3 help on one card, but this is like a bonus if you have that character in the game. And I think they all have something like that. All right.
Okay. So let's play this one first. Gain a +2 move token. Then let's play this one. Gives me a green sugar cube. Okay. This one gives me 2 info and 3 help. 2 info and 3 help. Okay, 1 sugar cube to gain a +2 token and a +2 token. Oh, that's not terrible, but we need the sugar cubes. He's 6.
Glodalot says, if that's how you say it, I'm so sorry. Says, so I take it this is the break Rob needed from Arkham Horror. Yes, yes, it is. This is quite the opposite of the spectrum.
3. I'm going to actually flip and pay 3 help, which I have here, to give each player a +2 move token.
No way, that's what I need.
Is it what you need?
Yeah, because I need any token actually.
Yeah, I'm just trying to get make sure I have enough.
I want to get here and I can get this done like ASAP. I can get it done this turn.
2 books. I don't think I can do anything with these 2 books. Info. Other than pay a sugar cube to gain a +2 help and a +2. But I don't want to spend the sugar cube because we need, and I need to get this. So then we'd have enough to do that hopefully next turn. Okay, my turn is done and I did not purchase a card.
Oh
so
no.
We'll add a cloud as well.
Oh no.
I think we should be able to do this next turn. My next turn.
So I'm going to take away 4 and add a 5. Cloud's okay. So we're at 6.
Okay, good. Oh, this is an interesting one. Trixie is an ally, so gives us 2 info, sugar cube, and a cloud.
Oh, but the problem is, it gives you a sugar cube, which helps you get the game beat faster, but then it also, ends the game quicker because you're putting a cloud on the current hurdle. So setbacks will happen faster, then clouds will flip on the final. Yeah. So it like really speeds up the game. So unless you had the one that removes clouds and that one going, that would be pretty cool to do. But I don't know.
I do, but I think I got to spend a cube.
I think this card is a trap.
Oops.
I think it's a trap.
Agree.
I need a wizard in my New Year's, says that. All right.
All right.
So here we go. I'm going to spend, well, hold on. Let me just play my cards. I don't think it matters. Yeah, none of them have text on them. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 help and 2 info. I'm going to use these 2 move tokens, which will generate 4 move, as I need 3 of that move to get here. Then I'm going to do the final one here, which is pay 6 help to gain 3 sugar cubes, but 2 less for each artifact I have. So I'm only going to pay 4 help. Okay, 4 of my help to gain.
Which colors would you like?
I want a pink and 2 blue. For no reason other than to have a bit of each color. But even though that's bad, because sometimes there's abilities in the game that help you get cubes of colors you don't have, which I learned at some point. Then I'm going to use that 1 leftover move to go. Actually, maybe I could do something else while I'm here. Exchange up to 2 sugar cubes. Exchange up to 2 sugar cubes for sugar cubes from the supply. Yes. I will exchange this green for a blue and this blue for a green. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Complete that.
That's completed. Then I'm going to pay 2 help for a target player to gain a pink. You can gain the pink.
Oh, thank you.
And that will put another check mark here. I just kind of want to show that these cards clearing is like, I wouldn't normally care about doing this, but I think it might actually be really good.
No, I think it's helpful.
Because then we'll get a whole new card on the next turn. And
maybe it's cheaper to get to.
Yeah, it might be cheaper to get to. Might have some other ways to get sugar cubes, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Then I'm going to use that 1 leftover movement to go back to the Ponyville Town Square. That's where it's happening.
Mm-hmm.
Then this 2 book. I'm going to use this 2 book because I have a discard pile right now to do this ability that says on it, pay 2 book to remove 1 card in your discard pile from the game. And I'm going to get rid of someone you shouldn't trust, a pony with a mustache from my deck. From the game, gone. Thinning out the junk out of my deck, my favorite part of deck building games. If your deck building game doesn't have a way to trash cards out of your deck, your game sucks. All right, so this game has it. So, and it's on this default location that never leaves play, which is great. And it's reusable, but not on the same turn. So I'll discard all my stuff. I will draw my 6 cards.
Oh yeah, I'll do it on my turn.
Yeah, you don't do any of that stuff. Oh, I didn't buy a card.
No, I was gonna say this. I can do this on my turn.
Oh yeah. Oh, I didn't want to do it because I had like no cards left, and if I could do all that stuff, I did.
Yeah. Okay.
So yeah, you said you were gonna do it on your turn.
Yeah,
but
I just don't have any knowledge, but I do have these that I can make into knowledge.
You don't have any knowledge, you say?
Info. I have knowledge. I don't have info.
Are you sure? I'm just kidding. Trying to make a joke outside the game of you not having much knowledge. It wasn't about the technically some things are called knowledge, some things are called info in the game. I don't care.
I get it. We don't lose if we don't buy a card. It'll just loot, like we'll lose the last card.
No, our generosity artifact that I was totally choosing never to buy is gone. No, but I do like the way it cycles, so it's always fresh stuff coming out. But that also does mean it's going to keep digging for these stupid situations, which hopefully is not a problem. But we found Winona, who is a pet
of Applejack.
Applejack. There is no Applejack. But so anyways, but if you're trying to just build a deck of pets, because sometimes there's things that work off of having a bunch of pets. Sometimes there's cards in here that like hurdles and stuff like hurt the pets, like get them discarded or leave the game and stuff. It's man, they're harsh out here.
You at a cloud?
Nope.
So we're at 6 out of 8 on there, but I'm gonna trigger that on my turn. I just want to see. Oh, let's flip this as well.
Oh yeah, that clears.
I don't.
So this is out of the game, and you replace it with another.
Okay, so what do we got here?
Ponyville Sugar Cube Corner. That sounds good. I like
the sounds of that. Pay 3 info to have target player gain 1. Pay 4 help to gain 1 sugar cube and 1 +2 info token. And pay 8 help to gain 3 sugar cubes. You may pay 2 help less for each mountain you control.
I don't know if I have any mountains.
I don't think I have any mountains. I don't know what's in my deck. Okay. That's only 2 to get to as well. So and end my turn, but let's see, do I want to end there? Probably. I think I'm going to spend 2. I don't think I'm going to have to move to this space. Okay. And then I'm going to trigger this. Each player may remove 1 card from their discard pile. Oh, you don't have a discard pile yet. Should we wait until your turn?
Will we fail if we do?
No, because it's 5, 6, 7. Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
Okay. So then we'll trigger this. So 2 sugar cubes per player. I can do both. 2 sugar cubes per player. These are the 2 that I'll.
You are doing this?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So yeah, whatever. I don't. Yeah, we don't know any future colors. So, but there is a way to gain green. No, it's already done. It's already done. Pink and blue. So green is maybe more rare. I have a way to get blue. So I'm going to just throw 2 blues in and put them on the card. So you commit them.
Well, we get them back if we fail. So we don't want to.
Yeah, it's just weird.
I guess it doesn't really matter. Okay.
Who cares?
And then flip a hurdle. I still have.
So here we go.
Help, move, and like tokens here.
So we've committed the cubes to it to try to overcome it. 2 sugar cubes per player. I mean, you could have spent none and I could have put all 4 in, just so that's clear on hurdles. But on final challenges, they have to come from individual players. So it says, then flip 1 hurdle, and we're going to add its chaos, like the thing in the bottom right on the card. Ignore the rest of the card, just to add to that cost of sugar cubes. Here we go. Drum roll. So also, we then have to right now pay 1 move per pony. And it's like anyone can pay it, and you can discard cards from your hand to generate that, or you can pay with tokens. But that adds to that.
Okay, so I will pay 2 move for 1 for each of us.
Okay.
Because I'm going to lose my cards anyway.
It is better that it is better that Mel does it because she'll at the end of her turn drop cards. But if I were to help by putting 2 in, I start my turn. You only draw at the end of your turn, so I would start my turn with less cards in hand. But I totally could help here, and I could take some of the cost on, of course.
I think and then I think these get discarded.
Yeah,
so,
and then all
okay,
your stuff gets cleared.
So then we won.
Okay,
So
so
I'll
these are
discard
spent,
those.
they're gone. These clear.
We won. We didn't win. We just won that one.
We cleared the hurdle.
What was the bone? Oh.
Each player may remove one card in their discard pile from the game.
Oh, I don't have a discard pile either. We had to do it though.
Did you play any cards before you attempted that?
Yes, these two.
Then they would have been, before you start the hurdle, you actually discard everything you played during the turn.
Oh, okay, because I moved to this space.
Yes.
So then I can get rid of one of my starter move cards.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
And then, yes.
And then now these are discarded because I was.
Okay, so this is gone to the discard pile. Okay, I'll just put that like kind of off screenish a bit here. So we have a discard pile going. We don't want to think that that's the hurdles. And this stays face down for now. And the cool part, at the end of your turn, you draw back up, and we do not add a cloud on a turn you clear a hurdle. So we're good. We have a little breather here.
Okay.
So you didn't buy anything, right?
I did not buy anything.
So this artifact goes away. We slide down, and we add a new card. And we hope it's not a situation. That's another artifact.
Wow.
Kindness element. Oh, on ongoing. This one you want if you can get it.
Oh yeah.
Drawing 6 cards at the end of your turn would be awesome.
4, 5, 6. Technically, I can using those as wilds, but it's your turn. Go ahead. Oh, I guess now we have to flip this.
Oh
and
yeah.
see
Now
what
at the start of my
our
turn, we
situation
flip this. Oh no. It's level 2. You need help.
is.
So the cloud limit on this one, it is only 5. And we need blue cubes. So we need a total of 4 blue cubes. Doesn't matter who spends them, but we need 4 blue cubes. Super important right now. So that exchanging cube color on the base location is important. Blue cubes just went up in value. Of course, I got rid of mine. Then you flip 1 hurdle for its added chaos. Reward, the active player gains 1 blue and 1 green. The setback, once it hits the max clouds, each player discards 1 card at random. Okay? So that's our new hurdle we got to work on. Oh, man.
Actually, okay, I'll be able to gain a blue cube on here on my turn.
All right, I'm going to play this. Can I have a +2 move token, please?
You sure can.
Thanks. Thanks, friend.
No problem.
So I generate 2 move, 2 info, and 3 help.
Oh, Han is off to play Arkham with my partner and father-in-law. Thanks for getting her hooked, Rob. Happy New Year, Rob. Thanks, Han. Thank you.
That's awesome.
Enjoy.
Yes. I love hearing about people gaming on holidays. It's my thing.
Yeah.
I love it.
That's awesome.
All right.
Glad she's into it now.
So I'm going to spend 2 info. I'm going to do my starting side ability, flip and pay 2 info to have target player gain a blue cube. Yeah. You can have it.
Thanks.
Do you have ways to get blue cubes?
Well, I'm going to gain this one on my turn, which I can make blue, and then hopefully I can do some I'm going to get a green
It doesn't matter who pays it anyway. So yeah, I'll just keep it, whatever.
I'm going to get a blue cube here and a green cube on my turn.
Okay. So that's info. I have 3 and 2. Nope. So what I'm going to do is do this ability, which you're allowed to also do once per turn. I'm going to spend 1 of each. Oh, I don't have the book. Never mind. I already spent the book. Oh, I'm here. I can gain a token with the 3 work I have, or help, 3 help.
Okay.
I will gain an info token. No, actually, help token. No, actually, yeah, I'm just kidding.
I was like, what's happening?
Just trolling. All right, okay. And the 2 move that I have, I could pay, I could do this task on Ponyville to pay a move and a sugar cube to get a different sugar cube from the supply. So I'll take a blue. Yes.
I can gain a blue on my turn, so we're 1 away.
And then I just have 1 move that I'm not using for anything. Whatever, man. I know I could use these with it, but I think I am good. So I'm going to discard that.
Okay.
And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I didn't buy any cards. This will flip. Add a cloud. Boom. Slide.
1 out of 5.
Give me a new card. It is. Oh, okay. I have one of these already in my deck. I don't know if I need more, though, but not a situation, so I'm not complaining.
Okie dokie, my turn.
6.
What do I got here going on? Let's start with this one, which gives me a green cube. Okay. And then I have 2 info. and I have 4 help. So let's do the 4 help to gain a sugar cube. I'm going to take a blue one.
Yes.
And a +2 info. Okay.
Yes.
And then if you will cover this middle task.
Yes.
Okay. And now I can spend, yeah, let's do this. Let's spend 2 and a wild, so that's 3, for the target player to gain 1 pink. So I'll gain a pink sugar cube. And then that one's done. That's been spent. That, and everything is done. And if you'll add a cloud, and then I'll try to go and change 1 to a blue, and then we should have enough.
Mm-hmm. Okay, gone. Slide. Blue sky. It's a whole blue cube generator.
Oh, we're gonna get it, and then we're not even gonna see it in time.
Yeah, but and the final one needs generic cubes.
Yeah,
like it doesn't matter,
doesn't
right?
matter, yeah.
And the chaos ones, when a chaos card flips and adds extra cubes, it doesn't care what color they are either. So just having cubes in general is going to help us in the final one. And the colors might be good on the next hurdle, or maybe it doesn't care. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. All right, so definitely have an artifact. So I get the bonus of 2 help on there. So this is 3 help, 5, 6, 7, 8 help. I just wanted to move to get there. Do I? Oh, it is only 2
only
move.
2.
Okay, perfect. And then I have 3 info.
Oh, good. That'll move me back.
So what I'm going to do is spend this 2 move token. I'm going to go down here to Sugar Cube Corner to visit Rainbow Dash, who's on vacation down here.
Do you have any mountains?
No, I don't think so.
Oh,
I have a star.
star.
I'm a star. I'm not a mountain.
5 moons.
All right. Mountains seem rare. Okay, so I'm just going to pay the straight up 8, which I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, because I control an artifact.
Okay.
To check this off, and it says gain 3 sugar cubes.
Which colors would you like, I assume?
I would like 2 blue and a pink.
2 blue and a pink. Oh, you're loaded in cubes here.
Yeah.
Wow.
I got so much sugar. And I'm not gonna make those jokes. All right. Then I have 3 info. 3 info. 3 info can't do anything on my location.
Oh, you could have spent it before you left to discard a card.
Yeah, that's true actually. Or I could just get this one that generates blue cubes.
Or that too.
Yes, I will just buy that because it's simpler.
Yeah, good card.
And it doesn't shuffle the thing, and maybe we'll see less cards. I don't know. Okay. And then, yeah. Oh, did I do this to flip back? I don't think I did.
No.
I could have, though. No, I couldn't. Not this turn. Okay. 1. And we shuffle. What are you asking? Who's voting for what? What? You guys need a poll for something? I'm calling together the Pony Conference and hosting Nay Barn Hall meeting. We will be discussing if Rob is truly Twilight and Sparkle. Yogi says more Twilight than Sparkle. Matthew says faux show. Pontus says I vote nay. I think it has to be either or question. Surely not both. I think we need to go around town and ask everyone. Like a Gallup poll. I agree. All in favor say nay. Hey, says Pontus. Please stop eating the hay pond. What is going on in the chat? I like look up, I start reading. I'm like, what is happening? You guys are hilarious.
That's funny.
Okay.
Cloud. Here.
Uh-oh. 3 out of 5.
It's okay.
Oh,
it's
no.
Okay. Then this gets removed. We go back to town square at no movement cost.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot about that.
Which is good.
So that's out of the game. We replace with Ponyville Cloud Condo, which you can pay 2 work. Target player gain a blue cube. Task, pay 4 info to gain a sugar cube of each color you have none of. There's that card.
Oh, that's important.
So, like, that would be very bad for me to try to do that ability right now because I have every single color. But once you're out of cubes after doing a hurdle, that's like the best time to fire this off. Because you can gain 3 cubes for just 4 book. That's pretty, or 4 info. Task, pay 6 help Gain 3 sugar cubes, 2 less for each crusader you control.
Okie dokie.
Okay. That's 3 move to get there.
I can get there.
These condos are far.
I can get there. Okie dokie. Let's go.
Oh, I got 2 blue cubes coming here. Forgot I bought 2 of those.
Okay, so
then we're replacing.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, we found Spike. Draw 2 cards. Look at this guy.
More info.
With all his apples. Oh, he's so cute with his basket of apples.
Okay.
Orbit, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Hello. More info.
Billy, how's it going? Hello, hello. Please stop singing that song. Now it's going to be in my head. I appreciate it. Appreciate if you don't bring up annoying one-hit wonder songs, please. Thanks.
I'm not going to do this ability because I don't think I'm going to trigger this. So I don't think we need to worry, but I just want to do a couple of things first. So I'm going to spend 3 move on this one to move down here. Okay, that's my 3. I'm going to spend 2 help to have target player gain a blue cube. Still have these, but I probably should.
Yeah, remember you might need stuff in hand for the hurdle. I have
this.
We are supposed to talk out loud about this as part of the cooperation of the game. Is before someone attempts a hurdle on their turn, all players kind of let them know what they can actually help with. I literally have 1 move I could help with, which is only flips 1 card,
which
but
I have
could need 2 moves.
So that's no problem. And I have these tokens.
I have work. Oh, you have the book covered.
Yeah,
which should be
and then
fine.
I could technically use these as wilds for work if needed.
Okay.
Yeah,
true.
And I'm going to gain this one as well to gain 8.
Just letting you know what I got, just in case.
Okay, so that will discard all of these cards, and then I'll start this.
So those go to your discard. She still has 1 card in hand. She's now doing the overcome action on this hurdle, which is like the final thing she can do on her turn. And she can only commit cards she has from her hand to it. So to overcome it, we must play 2 blue per player. But it's not each player pays it. It's just the cost is 4 blue cubes. I will just spend it all just to show, for example. Oh. Might help somebody in the future understand that maybe that's how it works. It is very clear in the rule book explaining that this can be paid by any player, or 1 player, all players, and anyone can commit any amount. But this literally the final one is each player must contribute the cost. So it's a little more challenging. Okay, now we're gonna flip over to chaos. Any predictions? Is it going to be work? Is it going to be info?
It's going to be work because I don't have work.
Is it going to be move?
I have 1, I guess.
Is it going to be move? Or is it going to be sugar cubes? This is the important stuff we need.
Work.
This is the important poll question we need to know. Okay. What will the chaos cost be? Sugar cubes? Help? Info or move? This is the serious stuff. Let's see if the majority of chat can predict what the next card, and let's go over what has shown up already, just so you know. We have sugar cubes. Sugar cubes have come randomly off. 2 sugar cube per player. Move costs, as we've seen. We've also seen a sugar cubes here, and that's all we know. But there is a whole bunch. Who knows what is the chaos cost? The unknown surprise that could trip us up as we try to overcome our hurdles on this wild adventure. The price must be sky high, said Daniel. Oh, I see the votes rolling in. All right. It's going to be a quick poll, though. All right, I'm ending it. Says chaos always results with a lack of sugar cubes in the pony world.
I mean, I feel like we have more than we
All right, here we go.
need, so.
So 46% think it will be sugar cubes. 33% think help. I'm going to predict.
I think help.
I'm going to say it's going to be info. It is move. It is move.
I got it.
0% voted move. Never asked to chat for help.
Because I will steer you wrong. So they know. So I have 2 moves, so I'll discard this card, which will cover that cost. These will be spent Okay.
Oh, Edward says, for some reason the poll would not scroll up to let me vote for move. Well, that explains
so
maybe why it's 0%.
Edward was the only one.
Dear YouTube, thanks for your bugs. Happy 2023. Still, YouTube has bugs.
This can be discarded. We spent that. And then the reward.
The active player gets the reward of 1 blue and 1 green cube.
Nice. I should have paid some knowing that that might be the reward because now I have a ton.
Whatever. We just need to make sure we have at least 3 each for the final, but we don't even know what we need for this one.
You're right. Is this the last hurdle?
We're not going to know yet at the start of the turn.
Oh, yeah.
But did you draw up your new hand?
Not yet.
And I would normally add a cloud, but we completed a hurdle, so no clouds this turn. Little breather. My turn. No locations need to be discarded.
That's good.
I'm going to cycle this.
Did not make a very efficient hand here.
That wouldn't be the first time in a deck building game I've heard that from you. All right. Oh,
a pink one.
Pinky sense to get a pink sugar cube. Oops. But we don't even know if we care about pink sugar cubes. We're about to find out.
In a second.
We're about to find out.
No, sugar cube is a bad sugar cube.
All right, here we go. Our final hurdle. Our final hurdle. Are you ready?
Blue again.
I've got a much better idea. Only 4 cloud limit.
And 3 blue per player.
3 blue per player.
I have 3 already.
Oh, look, you can get an ally or action from the adventure row.
Oh, wow.
But late in the game, I don't know if that's that great.
You can get a green.
But look, each player discards 2 resource tokens if this hits the 4 max.
Luckily, I can spend cubes to discard clouds if we need to.
Oh my gosh.
You need to get 3
gosh.
blues for you. I already have.
This is rough. All right.
This is rough.
We can do it. We can do
3
it.
blues. Oh,
Well,
you could go here.
I could do this. Play these on my turn to generate 2 blues, please.
Oh, yeah. Unless are you going here to do this? Because if you don't want blues yet.
I can't do that. It's been done.
No, this one here. Pay 4 to gain 1 sugar cube of each color you don't have. So you could gain a blue.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Can I even get there? I don't usually have a move to get anywhere. I have 1 move, so that won't work.
Okay,
right?
never mind. Then don't.
And I have 1 wild, so it can't work.
Okay, there's your 2 blue.
But I could do this first to gain a +2 move token. Okay.
Do you have the 4 knowledge?
Nope.
Okay, so then maybe it
0.
doesn't matter. Maybe it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Okay.
I'll gain the 2 blues. Then I have 1 move and 2 help. So what I'll do is on Ponyville, I'm going to use the task of paying that move to swap this to a blue, please. So I have, oh, we definitely have enough blue.
Yeah.
Oh, we can like crush it right now.
We could. But I think.
So then maybe I save these in hand and not play them yet.
But.
So if help comes up, I can cover it, but just book could, oh, you have a book.
Yeah.
We might be okay.
But then how many do we need for this?
I know. Then
so maybe we let a few go here first.
I think we stall here for a bit.
Build
we
up a few more.
Yes. Because if we clear this, then all the clouds will go here and eventually it'll start making things horrible for us.
Yeah. We need 3 of any color per player or just 2?
Each player must contribute 3 sugar cubes.
3. So I'm gonna spend 3 for that. So I'll only have 3 left. So you still need to build up 2 more at least, but we probably
I know.
An extra
I know.
or
Okay.
2.
All right. So I have 2 move. I think I'll just let it do nothing. Yeah.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. This is gone. You can shuffle that over.
Oh, sorry.
Oops.
Gilda, ally, 2 help, 2 knowledge, 1 cloud. Each player may remove 1 card from their hand or discard pile from the game.
I didn't know this was in the game, but it's awesome, except for it has a stupid cloud symbol on it, so it makes me never want to buy it.
Yeah, wow.
But I mean, that's awesome.
Okay, where am I at here? So we'll play this one first. This will give me a green cube. Okay. Gives me 2 info and 3 help. I have no move. I probably should just spend one of these and move back. Yeah, let's spend one of these tokens. Let's move back here. So now I have 2 knowledge, which I will do this one. Pay 2 knowledge to remove 1 card from your discard pile. Let's get rid of, I don't think I need move at this point. Get rid of that one. I have lots of move. Okay. Pay, I don't have, pay 3 to gain a token. Okay. Yeah, let's do that. Pay 3, let's gain a help token, just so we have variety based on what we think we need. So done, done, done. Okay. And then add a cloud, please.
Why? I don't get.
What?
You're saying we don't have enough cubes.
We do.
Yeah, because if this is 3 per player.
Yeah.
Oh, but then I need 3 cubes. I see.
You need 3 of the other ones, so it's gonna.
Yeah, I see. Sorry.
No. I was just saying, like, we
I
have
thought you had
another
enough
turn or
for all
two.
this. Oh, yeah, never mind. Never mind. I see.
I might be able to do this and change one.
Yeah,
of them.
it's the color that's the problem.
Yeah.
Because
So.
if you spent more on this one to cover it, because remember that time I put all the blues there and I covered the whole thing by myself, and then now I don't have enough to help for this. You know, maybe you could pick up the slack.
I can.
And you could pay for this whole thing.
I can try, but I can only do this once to change it over.
Yeah, I know.
But I can maybe go here. So
yeah,
that's what I'm saying. We just need another turn.
Yeah, Bob.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah, Bob. You know why Mel has 3 blue cubes? Because I covered, I foot the bill for her earlier with blue, okay? That's what happened, all right? So lay off.
For teamwork here.
I'm pulling my sugar cube weight over here. You relax.
We can do it. It's just we need time to build you up.
Yeah, I know. All right.
So
do we cycle all this stuff?
We
Clouds?
just did. This one came out.
Oh, okay.
Your turn. But I'll do this on my turn so that it won't fire any badness.
All right, so I have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 help, 1 move, and some tokens. So technically I could have like 11 help.
You have 9 help.
Mm-hmm.
So you could move.
Yeah, I could go.
Here is 6.
I have 3 move. Yeah, so I can do one of these crazy 3 sugar cube things, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Probably this one's better because only 2 move.
Yeah. You don't have any pets, right? No.
I don't have a book. So I could spend 3 here. How much is this?
8.
8. And this one's 6.
Mm-hmm.
We haven't had a setback, right?
No.
6. I could still do this ability. Yes. But then I don't have the extra move. Yeah, I do. Yeah, that's fine. All right. I think it's best. Yeah, I'll just go to this one. But before I go, I will spend 3 of my move to generate a book token, please. Or info. Okay. Or 3 of my help, sorry. 3 of my help to generate that. I will spend 3 move. Okay, that's gone. To go here. Then I should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'll do the final one, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is that 6? That says 6 for sure, right? Yep. Oh yeah, we did this already. Okay.
And then what colors would you like?
I would like 2 green and a blue, please.
All right. We got this.
And then that's all. Oh, I have 1 book, but I don't think that's fine. Okay, I'm adding a cloud. I'm drawing.
Like this.
Yeah.
Building a good book costs 3 info.
Yeah, see that
Gain 1
card.
sugar cube of a color that you have none of. Oh yeah.
Yeah, if you see that early in the game, that's great because then you can start like timing it and stuff. But now at this point, it's like whatever, man.
Yeah.
Oh, we still haven't seen a situation yet.
Nope.
Lucky us.
Okay.
Oh.
So I am going to trigger that, but before I do that, I want to use this card because this card doesn't give me any benefit anyways, but I can gain a 2 move token. Oops. Which, okay, so then this will discard. And then I will trigger this one. So 3 per player, 3 blue per player. I only have, actually, I can spend 1 more if you want. Oh, you have more than 3. Okay, 3 blues per player.
Yeah. Well, it's just a cost of 6 blues, but obviously you only have 3,
yeah.
so I'll put in 3.
Unless.
Okay, so those are committed.
Okay, and then I have help, I have move, and I have info. We should be good.
Here
and
we
I have
go.
Cubes.
Make your guesses now. What kind of chaos is going to be flipped? I'm going to say
info.
I'm going to say it's help. And I was right.
Of course.
Help. +2 per pony.
Okay, I got a 2 help right here. 2
so we need
pony?
4. We need 4 total help
I got
added.
5.
Oh, then we're covered.
I got it.
So these are all spent and gone.
Okay.
The clouds are cleared. Okay. The reward is the active player may gain 1 ally or action from the adventure row. So you can gain this, 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 or this, but not this. Oh no.
It's not gonna matter at this point. So I guess
I would just take the most expensive one.
Yeah, I don't want the clouds.
You could get the one for cubes, but
I think it's fine at this point.
Well,
1, 2, 3, 4,
here's the
5.
problem. It is not 100% fine yet because there is a chance. Remember, you draw 2 chaos cards. So if those chaos cards say +1 sugar cube per pony, and both of them say that,
well,
we would need 4 extra sugar cubes.
There is 1 sugar cube in my
Yeah. If we have them in hand, let me check mine.
I know I do because
I don't have them.
But then I'll have 2.
That's. I don't think it will happen because we've already seen 2 that have sugar cubes on them.
Yeah,
I don't know how many there are, but so it's less likely. But if we try, it could happen.
There's no penalty for failing.
Yeah, true. But I like to be prepared.
Well, I can
okay, so this is clear. Okay, so we'll just discard that.
Oh, and then I drew up, sorry. We got another artifact. Magic element. Ongoing. You may put the first card you buy or gain back on top of your deck. Or that turn, sorry. And then you can get rid of it.
So again, we don't add a cloud because the hurdle was cleared last turn. So all we have left is the final challenge, which again has a limit of 10 clouds. Once it hits 3 or more clouds, cards in the adventure row cost +1 help, no matter their cost type. At 8+ clouds on here, at the start of your turn, discard a random card. If we overcome, to try to overcome it, each player must contribute 3 sugar cubes. That's 6 total, but 3 have to come from each player. Then flip 2 hurdles for their added chaos. If we beat it, we win the game. If this reaches this max, we lose for cloud tokens. All right, so time is a ticking.
Your turn.
It's my turn. Okay. So I'm going to gain a +2 move token, please. And then, I guess all this does not matter. I have a move. I have 3 help. And I have 2 a book. Or 4 books. 4 books. So, I think just want extra sugar cubes. So I could do, but I'm afraid of spending all this move.
I have. Don't worry.
I think I'll just spend 1 of each resource to flip my once per turn power to my starting side. And then I can fire this side off also once per turn. So if I spend a move, help, and 1 of these 4 book, that flips it. Then I spend 2 of my 3 remaining book to flip it again and gain a blue cube.
Oops, sorry.
Yeah, I guess it doesn't matter who has it. Then I have 1 remaining book, which doesn't matter. I have tokens. And I have 2 of this, but it doesn't matter because I'm kind of stuck there. I want to save these for helping. So I'm just going to be... Oh, actually... No, I'm not going to attempt it. I will just end my turn. Get rid of this. I'll add a cloud.
Another balloon ride. You may discard 1 card to draw 1 card. Okay.
All right. I think we're good.
I think we're good. I just want to grab...
attempt, but...
Just grab a cube.
Yeah. I have some in hand now, so we're covered.
Okay. And then I have
yeah.
move, knowledge, help,
so that's
and
like
token.
that's like the worst thing that could happen is the chaos comes up and it's the same on both cards. Then it wants like 4 of something.
Yeah, which
but
I should be good because I have 4 of everything.
Yeah, we're covered in just our tokens were covered, and then the cubes were covered because we have them in hand. So
and
we're
I
good.
Think we have enough. Okay, so then I'm gonna discard that.
We're destroying this.
We're gonna trigger this.
Okay.
I'll trigger that.
Yep. So Mel's gonna attempt to overcome. Each player must contribute 3 sugar cubes. Done. Okay, so we're attempting. Now we're going to flip 2 random chaos cards. For books, it's not knowledge. It's actually called info, which is super confusing because we play so many games where the book is also knowledge. But in this game, knowledge is one of these cubes, and I don't know which one. It's all confusing for me. This game is above me in complexity. I can't remember. But I mean, we can check for fun.
Oh, here.
Right here.
Blue, I think, is knowledge.
There you go. Blue is knowledge. Pink is work, which is why I keep accidentally saying work when I'm talking about help. Because for some reason I think horseshoe and I think like a horse working. I don't know why. Plowing the fields, that kind of thing. Old school farming. Then green is friendship. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. It's all confusing to me. Way too many resource types. But it's fine. It's fun. All right. Here we go. Are we ready?
We're ready.
Chaos number 1. So for the final, we're flipping 2 chaos cards to add to this cube cost. The first one is +1 info per pony.
Okay, I'll spend that.
And then +1 sugar cube per pony.
I'll spend both so that you can end with 2. Because you
Does it even matter?
No, but you put in those blue ones.
Yeah. All right. Oh, you're paying up. You're pulling your weight.
Sure
Oh,
fair.
okay, cool.
Yep. So I spend those.
So boom.
Spend that.
So because we've succeeded at the cost, we check the reward is your team wins the game.
Yes.
Blammo.
Okay. Let's see here. What's going on with
Yeah, we're on the situations.
1 was there.
Okay. Yeah, you did a good job shuffling those in. But again, I've had this happen already. I've had this happen.
Oh, 1 was coming.
Oh, 2 away. 2 away from our... We didn't even see a situation during play, but the first one that would have came up if we took 2 more turns, this would have hit the action row, and then during the end phase, it would add 1 cloud to the final challenge. Then to resolve, you must pay 4 book. Your teammates may spend resource tokens to aid you, which is why I was trying to build these tokens up for when it happened, we can get rid of it quickly. But I've also had it where all 4 have shown up in a game. It's just random. The deck is huge. The deck is huge in this game, but maybe it's because we're only playing 2 people. Maybe it's because we're not buying cards like
We didn't buy a ton of cards either, so only 1 was
in this game, I buy a lot at the beginning, and then I try to stop buying cards because it just speeds you digging through the deck, and you'll start hitting more situations. But if you're ready for them, you're fine. I've only seen a situation add a cloud in 1 game that we played, but we usually, if you just are saving up these tokens and are just ready for situations, you will get rid of them quick. And also these tokens will also help you with the surprise hurdle stuff, right? So when we flip over some extra, chaos, some extra move or whatever, we can cover it with these tokens. They're just sitting there ready to go. And then you don't have to waste cards from your hand, so you still have your 5 cards at the start of your next turn, that kind of thing. I don't know. But yeah. But that is not the easiest difficulty. The easiest difficulty is do not include any situations in the deck. You were supposed to play a few times, get used to the game, learn it, especially if you're playing with younger ones. Don't play with situations in the deck at all. You're supposed to add 4 of the 8 situations. Once you've played like 2 or 3 times or you've won the game, add them in. Then if you beat it like we just beat it, which was a little disgusting, but I think it's just because we didn't see the situations, there are 4 more situations, another copy of each one in the game to add them to crank up the difficulty a little more.
I think even if we had seen 1 or 2 situations, I think we still would have been fine.
Yeah, we had time.
We had time for sure.
The other thing to increase the difficulty you could do is with the hurdles. You can add more hurdles, or you can play with higher level hurdles. So you could take like 3 level 3 hurdles and shuffle them together and just play with those and see what you can do. Or, shuffle a 1 and 2 3s, or play with, you know, 1, 2, 3, and another 3. You know, add some more hurdles that will make it longer to get to the final challenge. And I assume expansions just can even add more options to mess with you. But I don't know. I don't have any expansions, but they exist. As Chris in the chat knows, he's working on them.
So Pontus did ask a question and said, would it make sense to do like Pandemic with the situation? So you're like shuffling them into
100%.
sets of the deck, which
100%.
yes.
Yep.
And Chris does say it's a house rule we've internally discussed.
Yeah, I would 100% slap that in an expansion rule book to let people know that they could do it that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, that should have been in there to be more consistent when you play with them for sure. Because yes, this has happened. I don't know if it's just because I've only ever played this game 2-player, right? We never played it 3.
No.
Yeah, because
what's the max 4?
4.
Okay.
So maybe at 4 players, people are buying more cards. Maybe it gets through the deck more. I don't know. I don't know the math on it. Chris would know if that even changes how deep you get into the deck. But
well, I guess the math would, because every turn a card is coming off the deck. So every go around. Well, I guess you're right.
but
It doesn't
you're
matter.
still doing things in the game and getting cubes, and it's the same amount of hurdles.
Yeah, you're
so
right.
it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
But that's where the rule in the back of the book talks about adding on more hurdles to the deck prolongs the game. And one of the loss conditions is running out of the deck. But like,
which seems crazy, eh?
Yeah, like unless you're one of those crazy deck builders that just literally buys cards every single turn and wants to have the largest deck, I don't feel that's smart in this game. You want to have like just get your few cards in and they cycle around. Like once you have all the resources you need in there, it just makes a nice little engine that keeps churning, right?
I also think, it's probably designed that way that the level 1s maybe have more. Yeah, I think it is.
Yeah, they take longer to do. Yes.
Yeah,
yes,
so that you have more time to build up, whereas the level 3s are quicker. So if you play with just level 3s, it would speed up the game, making it harder because you have to complete them faster. So you don't have as much time to build your engines.
So maybe throw in like,
2 3s.
Yeah, I don't know.
Or maybe you start by do 2 2s and a 1 and a 3. And then when you beat that, then you do 2 3 3 3s. I don't know.
Yeah, like it says here, right in the rule book, talks about the 8 situations on the left there, but also says to further increase difficulty, try adding an additional hurdle or 2 to the active hurdle stack at the start of the game. This will give the clouds more time to accumulate on the final challenge. You might also see the adventure deck run low, which could cause the game to end if it finally runs out. So there you go. But the first time I played it was super close. We were still playing with 4 situations. We saw them all, which probably was part of it. And then we played again, and I remember seeing no situations.
I think we saw 1, and it was very simple to get.
Well, I remember playing 1, and we saw nothing, I'm pretty sure. And then, seeing 1, but like, and then you're just ready for it. It's like, oh, okay, whatever, man.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So the difficulty of the game, once you get a hang on it, it's not that bad, but there is ways to increase it. So if you're worried about young ones kind of messing up a little bit, as long as there's a player or 2 at the table who's like making sure things are getting saved up and done, you're fine. Which is fine. So it's like the difficulties like out there to play with younger people. It's just the complexity of like, it's not just the straight like core deck builder of like Star Realms where it's like, all you're worried about is options in the row. Basically just buy the most expensive card and you're rolling. Yeah. And then dump your hand. And there's only a couple resources to deal with in the game of like damaging and, buying cards next. This game having the options all here on locations and the spending and where to go and the discounts and what to do, in addition to also buying cards and understanding that some of them could disappear, it's a little more, it needs a little more prioritization skill. Because I think just buying anything or buying cards based on their art or your favorite pony. I mean, if you're buying your pony that has the picture on it, I've noticed, I'm pretty sure it's intentional, but thematically, any cards that have your pony on it or related to your pony, they work with what you're trying to do. With the main ability and the main card, they all seem to kind of gel, which is neat. So when I see Twilight Sparkle come up on a card and I'm playing Twilight Sparkle, I instantly look at it like, this might actually work good for me. And it's like, oh, wait, I have book to start, or info, and it gets more info, which is my thing. And so maybe this is a card I should do. But it's not only for me, but it's like, it just works. I think
if you get lucky too, and you have some cards that generate cubes and you get them early like we did, that helps because you're generating
big
cubes
time.
like every round,
Yeah.
or not every round, but like every cycle of deck.
Yeah, it does say in the rules like cubes is like the play. Like the faster you get cubes, like work on them. Like cubes are super important.
Yeah.
But as long as you keep referencing that as your children are playing with you, you know, like guys, like don't forget to get cubes, or maybe cards that come up to generate cubes or abilities to generate cubes are really important to work towards. You can't just sit there building up to have the most help in your deck, you know?
I think if you were playing with like little kids, let's say like 6 to 8.
I don't know if they can play this game.
I don't know if they could, like maybe with you, but I would even say to take out one of the starter cards and put in one that gives them a cube or something
as
their starter deck. So they're generating a cube every time. So they kind of get that, and you kind of play with them and help them, but it'll just let them feel like they're doing something.
And again, sometimes you don't see those cube cards come up for a while in the game. That can heavily skew it also. I feel like there's like 2 of each one in the deck.
Okay.
I just saw 2 pink.
Yeah, I have a couple.
A green.
Oh, I have a green.
Oh, another pink. A green, a blue. Oh, okay, there's lots actually.
And I had one.
Yeah, just some. I remember the one we played, we didn't see a cube generating card for like a while, but there is quite a few in here. There's quite a few in here, so that shouldn't happen too often. But again, yeah.
Oh, and I don't know if there's
definitely
any
cool
in these, but probably not because we bought them. I try to highly value those ones. And then the ones that give the tokens, I like those as well. At least one. I like to have at least one that'll give me a token, because the tokens can be used for wild. So if you're in that situation where you're like, oh, I wish I had one more move, or I wish I had one more book or knowledge, info, sorry, blah, blah, then you can use it. I like that as a backup.
Interesting. But yeah, that's My Little Pony Adventures in Equestria, the deck building game. Super short title, by the way. Like super short title. To try to Google that and find that game. Yeah. Super easy to just remember the whole title. No, just search My Little Pony, the deck building game. You'll find it. It's there. But there are, so I just want to show you guys if, you know, Renegade Game Studios. Again, I'm like not telling you to buy this game. You judge based on what you just saw, if it's for you, or if you're a fan of the show, or if you have family members that like it, or you're just looking for like kind of like a lighter to medium-ish weight. It's not the like lightest of light deck builder games. It's not the lightest of light My Little Pony games probably, but it's like somewhere in the mix there, like in the middle, but not too crazy. It's just like, it's definitely quality. This is definitely on the same quality level, I would say, as the G.I. Joe one we played, where I came into it assuming cash grab, seeing an IP on the box of a deck building game. I thought, okay, it's gonna be just basic Star Realms, slap on the IP, you know, kind of like, and yes, I'm gonna say it, those trashy deck building IP games that came from Cryptozoic. This is not that. This is not Cryptozoic deck building. I forget what they call that stupid engine where they literally slap on like DC deck building game, Lord of the Rings deck building game. Played them. Those are junk. Those are like IP slapped on, and there's just like, it's just deck building with an IP art all over it. Those are trash. This is not that. But I came in, sorry, this is not that. I came in assuming that with the G.I. Joe game, and then I was pleasantly surprised that it was like taken seriously, which I assumed with Renegade it would be. They have a decent quality level there, obviously, and they take it seriously, and it's definitely a gamer's game. And I'm proud that this is, you know, I wouldn't not recommend this game. You know, this is a game I would say if you saw this on a Target shelf, this is on the section. This is considered with the section with like all the Prospero Hall games and stuff. It's a quality game. You're not getting garbage here. That just they you know, they spent all the money on getting the IP and no money on design and play testing and graphic design and all that stuff. The rule book is clear. Could be laid out a bit better, but everything's there. Like I didn't, any question, I just took a minute to reread some sections. Everything was answered. Everything. Okay. Even that question I had at the beginning is technically answered in there, but you could go other way on it. But it's still the answers. I felt confident getting the answer out of it, but then I just wanted to test Chris and see that I was right what I read. But thank you, Chris, for the help, by the way. Thanks for watching too, everybody.
Yes, thank you.
But Chris, thanks for spending the time to answer questions in the chat and stuff and hang out. I appreciate it.
Yeah, and Chris has been answering questions from people in the chat, which is awesome, not just for us.
Yeah. But it is a quality game, and I'm looking forward to trying the Transformer one. Oh, is it Cerebrium system or Cerebrus system or something, right? Yeah, I'm not a fan of those games. I mean, some people might like the DC deck building game. I'm so upset that they use the DC license and put it on that garbage. Chris, I wish you guys at Renegade got a hold of the DC license and could put it on something like this, you know, like a little more thematic and thought put into it, you know. I wish. But yes, this is a solid game, just like the G.I. Joe one. I'm looking forward to trying the Transformer one at some point. Maybe even the Power Ranger one. My daughter used to love Power Rangers too, which is hilarious.
Yeah, I loved it. I
loved Transformers and G.I. Joe when I was a kid, and then my daughter ended up falling in love with My Little Pony and Power Rangers. It's like, how is all that, like, it's so weird. And then they're all, like, they're under the same company, really, and they're all, well, I guess, I don't know, is Hasbro own Saban or whatever is the Power Ranger one? Maybe. I don't know. But anyways, there's a Power Ranger deck building game too. But that's what I wanted to show. Can I go by category deck building? Is that a thing? No. Game type? Do you see? Man, they need like an easy way to just say, I want to look at all your deck building games. Well, we can go to board and card games. Yeah, there's Transformers, the deck building game. That has expansions for it already.
Which we played G.I. Joe, right? We have not played Transformers.
I want to put Transformers is like my favorite IP of all of them. But then I heard it's not the best one. And I remember talking to some people from Renegade at Gen Con, and they were kind of a little embarrassed about the rule book kind of being not the greatest, which didn't teach the game that well and kind of put a bad taste in people's mouths and made the game seem like it's worse than it is. But I do want to try it. And hopefully there's like a FAQ or a corrected rules online somewhere for that.
Oh, you have Transformers ticked at the bottom.
Oh, I do.
Weird.
Why is that?
Maybe when you clicked, it just...
Oh, maybe by accident I clicked it. Or no, I bet because I clicked on the picture.
Oh,
I bet it was trying to show me Transformers only. Yeah, shop the collection. I bet if I click this one, it checks off Power Rangers.
Oh, I see.
I just thought it was only board and card games in general, and they just use that art. That's fine. That is fine. I'm just kidding. Oh, look right here. True Talents expansion. Available now.
Now, what does this expansion add? Just more of everything?
That's exactly what I wanted to look at. I wanted to see. And they got the rule book right here in PDF. I love it.
Love that.
Love it. I don't have to find it. I love when companies just say, here's our rule book. Read it before you buy it. So we're not hiding anything from you. I love it. For a limited time, orders will receive My Little Pony Adventures in Equestria Deck-Building Game Meeple Pack number 3 for free.
Oh,
so there is a Meeple Pack. I thought so. It's like little meeples somewhere.
I mean, it's cute.
I need to find this stuff. How do I just... Why can't I just go to the My Little Pony section here? I know it's in here, though. I saw
Go back to board and card games and then click on My Little Pony.
Serenity Now.
No.
Board Game Worlds right here. My Little Pony deck building game. This is where I want to go. I know it's all organized, but man, it's confusing still. All right. Here's the Meeple Pack.
Meeple Pack. Oh my gosh.
So for you bougie players out there who need to upgrade everything in all your board games that you don't play that much.
Oh, those are cute.
They're just little meeples. Screen printed meeples, it looks like.
$5. Oh, and you get Meeple Pack 3 for free, whatever that one is. I guess it would be whatever the expansion.
Don't tell anyone, but we'll try to grab them at Gen Con next year when we're there.
For sure.
But don't tell anyone I bought meeples for My Little Pony, okay? Don't tell anybody. But we'll grab them there. Because we're in Canada, so shipping from here is probably not great.
Oh, there's Meeple Pack 2.
Oh no, Meeple Pack 2, but that's probably you need the expansion.
Oh.
Oh, there's 2 expansions, I think.
And then Meeple Pack 3.
That's the guy. That's the bad guy I was talking about yesterday on the stream. Discord, yes.
Yeah. Oh, and there was a little spike.
All right, hold on. We're getting too excited here. Hopefully nobody's watching anymore. So this is a familiar.
Oh yeah, sorry. I wanted to see what the expansion.
We already knew. Chris said there was 2 expansions already. I knew this already.
We knew this. I forgot.
That was like a whole 2 hours ago. How am I supposed to remember that? Anyways.
I forgot.
My Little Pony Adventures in Equestria Deck-Building Game Familiar Faces expansion. So this is, I'm assuming, the first expansion. I feel like we saw this at Gen Con too.
I feel like we did.
And I was confused.
Something that had like purple.
So it looks like it's time for some trouble as a new bunch of mischief makers join My Little Pony's Adventures in Equestria. Take advantage of the new discovery mechanic to create and build your own deck. Ooh, or deck building before deck building? That's a little too much deck building. All right, and make the most of your traits. Oh, now we're getting into traits because it feels like traits in this one are a little light. They don't really work out. With new character cards, hurdles, and challenges, Familiar Faces add lots of new content to your game. Components: 4 more characters, 9 more hurdles, 4 final challenges, 5 location cards, some more locations, 60 adventure cards, 4 more starter cards, 4 standees, and a rule book.
Okay, and then it says it includes Spike, Discord,
and it requires the base game to play.
Starlight, Glimmer, and Trixie.
Featuring Spike, Discord, Starlight, Glimmer, I don't know who that is, and Trixie we saw, right? That was the wizard that they were saying in the chat I saw.
Okay.
Spitfire.
Okay, so then just adds more of everything. Okay, that's
I guess.
cool.
Yeah. All right, let's go here. Back to the category.
And then that's the little pack that goes with that. Okay.
Yeah, and then
this one is.
This pack goes with that. This pack goes with the core set. This meeple pack goes with the first expansion.
Oh, and then this one you just get it for free.
The other meeple pack doesn't seem to exist yet, but they say you'll get it for free if you buy this game from them, or this expansion from them.
Okay.
Yeah. This one features new Discover mechanic, encourages themed deck building. I like that. Yeah, tribal deck building is where I'm at. Play as Apple Bloom, Scootaloo, Sweetie Belle, and Zakora, which I think is a zebra. New player cards, hurdles, and challenges to enhance your game. Content summary, 21 oversized cards, characters, challenges, and hurdles. 76 standard cards, starters, situations, locations, and 4 standees. Let's see the back of the box. Come together and find your calling with the True Talents expansion for My Little Pony, Adventures in Equestria. Play as Cutie Mark. That is the Cutie Mark Crusaders.
Oh, those are the little ones.
And use the Discover ability to rally classmates and Crusaders to your cause. With new characters, cards, hurdles, and challenges, True Talents adds lots of variety and deck building strategies to your game. And there you go.
Oh, that's cute.
And featuring Apple Bloom, all there. And you need the base game. You gotta have the base game. Can't play with just this.
That's all their like little.
Oh, if you add expansion number 2 to your cart, the meeple pack shows up.
Oh, that's cool.
So it's super secret, hidden information. Found it here first. We found the loot. We found the loot. Anyways.
That's cool. And it's not too expensive. Like $30 US. I mean, I don't know how much the base game is.
Base game is like 45, I think. Okay. Yeah, it was not bad. That's why I bought it. I just bought it from our local game store. Because I remember when I met with the marketing people from Renegade at Gen Con, and I was like, I like the G.I. Joe game. We want the expansion if you have it. And we'll play any of the deck building games. I love deck building games. And I am familiar with all the IPs. My daughter watched Power Rangers. Even My Little Pony, my daughter watched. I know more than I probably should. And I remember the girl looked at me like funny, like
why would you want My Little Pony?
No, like no. And then even she emailed me later and was like, yeah, we looked into your channel. We'll definitely send you G.I. Joe, the expansion, and Transformers, but then never mentioned Power Rangers or My Little Pony, which doesn't fit the games we play on the channel at all. But I was like, well, I'm going to go buy it anyway because my daughter loves My Little Pony, or used to love My Little Pony.
And we want to play it.
Still has some secret love for it. I know she does. She won't admit it, but and yeah, I wanted to play it. So there you go. So there's a little behind the scenes for Rob. And some of the things I know more about than I should that I don't normally talk about on stream. But yes. There you go. There you go. Yeah. For this crowd of gamers on this channel, $45 deck building game, like that's not expensive at all.
Well, Mike James is saying $100 all in for this. Like I guess if you got everything.
But still, play the base game before you, unless there's some kind of bundle deal. I would definitely play the base game before you get into it and start adding more stuff to it. Of course, of course. Don't buy expansions for games you never played. But if you played a bunch of deck building games, you know what you're getting here based on what you just saw. Like there is no more to it. This is exactly what it is. Deck building with the location stuff and the, a few more decisions to make and the whole hurdles and final challenges. That's what it is. And it's similar to the, it feels very similar to the G.I. Joe one.
Yeah.
I get that vibe. You can definitely feel the DNA from the same designers in there, same publisher and all that stuff. But that's all I have to go on. But I've played lots of deck building games over the years. One of my favorite mechanics in gaming. I love the idea of not building a deck before I get to the table, and I can just jump into gameplay and buy and build cards and try to build. I love engine building. Engine building is my jam, and deck building games are engine building games, and I love it. I love it. So yeah, I'm just already a sucker for deck building games. So anyways, but yeah, this game well done. Very well done. But yeah, there you go.
I'd be curious to play this at 4 players. as well, which we can probably do with one of our groups and see
Oh yeah, we
if
can.
that changes
Yes,
things
yes.
and makes it harder or easier or prolongs the game in any way. I don't know.
How old is Maddie?
6.
So yeah, we can test it with a 6-year-old,
Yeah.
a 13-year-old, and a bunch of adults
Who act
who
like children?
act like children. So we're fine. Yeah,
Yeah.
we can definitely.
Because we could probably, with our niece at 6, we could probably play with her like someone because it's only 4 players and there'd be too many of us.
Yeah.
Someone can sit and like, and she can read some of the things, and symbols will make sense. So yeah, we can see.
I just think the names are not centered there. I just noticed. Yes, that's way off. What happened there? Watch.
Oh.
Yeah. I must have like dragged the mouse and grabbed it by accident, which happens all the time. Anyways.
I also just want to say that I think I like this one better than the G.I. Joe one, personally. What about you? Do you like one better than the other?
What? Sorry, comparing this to G.I. Joe?
Yeah, like just which one I like better. I think it's this one, and I think it's more because I have a tie. Like I have 0 tie to G.I. Joe whatsoever.
That's what I was gonna say.
Not any.
Because they're so similar, I feel like a majority. I get the same vibe playing both of them.
Yeah.
That just comes down to IP.
Okay. So
that's fine.
Yeah.
It's not comparing both. Like if you're a fan of one, you buy one over the other. If you're a fan of both, you probably don't need both. Just pick which one you want to play more. I don't know. But again, I've not played the Transformer one and not played the Power Ranger one. So it's like, but they might be all on the similar like complexity, pretty much the same, with just deck building with a additional layer of complexity, some more options, couple more mechanisms. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, eventually I hope to play them all, but we'll see. If we do, we do. If we don't, we don't. Not gonna lose sleep over it. We got many other games to play. Backlog is huge. Tons of games coming all the time. But yeah, it was fun chilling here on New Year's Day 2023 with you guys, playing a more relaxing game, a more fun, not fun, but like I have fun doing this is what I should say. Not stressing over 60-page rule books, super complex mechanics, playing blind through like story games that are just punching you in the face all the time. Sometimes I just need a nice lighter, kind of a little more sillier theme game to play and have some fun just streaming, where I can just relax, read jokes in the chat, have a good time, have a laugh, instead of worrying about, my character not going insane or something and losing.
That's true.
I don't want to lose.
Oh, Chris, thank you. Chris says, Mel, I will float your idea about starting with a cube card with the play testers. If they like it, I'll have my people contact them.
And just for young ones.
For young ones, not for our.
Because think about it. If you're playing at a table, like 2 parents and 2 children, and the children aren't generating cubes ever,
or not fully getting to move to spots to pick them,
clouds will start coming, and other two players can't carry them completely.
Yeah.
They can pay for them to get through hurdles.
But even for the final, they're going to have to generate it themselves, right?
But then again, they just tell them right from the start, guys, you got to somehow get these blue cubes generated we need it for the final later, and try to work on that.
Yeah.
And help them. But there's just like layers to it. It's like prioritizing this, but then sometimes you have to build up some tokens, and if a situation shows up, these cubes don't matter all of a sudden. You need to deal with the resources on the situation to deal with it. And
because there's also the play that if you're playing with younger kids, and if they don't feel like they're contributing to those kind of things, they're not going to understand that they need to prioritize that. So if they feel that they're giving them away, then they'll understand that more. I don't know. If they like it, they can have it. I like that idea. And just throw things.
Yeah, it can just house rule that in too.
Yeah. Similar to the pandemic style of shuffling situations.
Yeah, because I would instantly go to what I read about difficulty in the rule book about the messing with the hurdle deck. But the only problem is if you start putting in all level 1 hurdles, then the game starts taking longer, maybe. Which is bad for kids. You don't want the gameplay to be extended. You need the game to keep their attention, and you only have children's attention for so long.
Right.
So you still need the game to go at a decent pace to constantly be getting back to their turn quick and keeping them engaged. So you have to find another way to lower the difficulty. And I think it is what you said, the putting the cube card in the deck to start let them pick from the 3 colors before shuffling the adventure deck, you know.
And you don't know if it's going to be the one that you're even going to need for the hurdles, but
they can convert them.
They can convert them.
They can convert them, and you know, you can show them that, and yeah, maybe
something I thought for little ones.
But yeah, that could help with the difficulty level, because just the more cubes infused into the game, and especially earlier, the quicker you can get through the game, which then helps with children's attention span to get the game won quicker. And obviously, you want to win more than lose with children, so they're like, you know, you get all excited and cheering.
Want to try again.
They're not bummed and they're like, "Aw, Nightmare Moon crushed us." Oh, gee whiz. But yeah, anyways, we're going to get out of here. We're going to go chill for the rest of our New Year's Day. Thank you all for watching. Thanks for hanging out. I hope you guys all had a good New Year's Eve, and I hope 2022 is good for you, and I hope 2023 is awesome for you guys. Thanks for hanging out, watching. Thanks for those to support the channel, to allow us, you know, to buy games like this one from our local game store, cameras, equipment, lights, travel to conventions, Kickstarter, crowdfunded games, and all these other things we spend our money on. But thank you all for supporting the channel, allowing us to do this. And we're truly blessed. This is it's a great year last year. Looking forward to this year coming up. And looking forward to playing many other games, live streaming to you guys and stuff. So if you like what you see, hit the like button. If you want to see more, check out the playlist section, or check out for the upcoming live streams when I finally put some. But yeah, more games coming to the channel, of course. Thanks for hanging out, and we'll see you guys in the next stream. Bye-bye.